Day 3 of the challenge. All right. Why you don't need to be rich, high status, or good looking to get laid for day game. I'm going to give you exactly 3 formulas, and we're going to crunch the number like an Asian person, that is logical and good with math. And we're going to calculate why white people are fucked during this tariff inflation with cortisol if they don't get this handled. That's right. If they don't get this handled, it's game over. It doesn't matter if you're tall and white and good looking. I don't mind the hair. Bad hair day today. So, all right. So, the 20 out of 35 system will be the first algorithm. Number 2 is going to be the 5 mindsets. Number 3, it's going to be the grit. These 3 algorithms accounts for every single type of person to get results or not get results. There is no other formula. This is the first principles. And I'll show you how the inflation affects these different principles. So, when we get started, okay, let me just see if I can copy and paste this. We're going to talk about, first of all, 20 out of 35. Hopefully this works. Oh yeah, it does show up. Excellent. So let's begin. So let's break down the math, okay? The mathematics don't lie. So if we break it down for 20 out of 35, no matter how much you optimize your looks, your money, your status, if you don't fix your emotional control, your social skills, and social calibrations, you always fall short. The math works in your favor unless you address these bottlenecks. So here's a scoring section. All right. To succeed in day game, we need a comprehensive scoring system that evaluates various attributes contributing to your overall success. Here's the points and how they are distributed because it's important that you understand how it works. Looks is out of 10. That's right. Looks is out of 10. Looks is not everything. People think it's all looks, but there's only so much that you can do with that. Money is out of 5. Status is 10 points. Status means your ethnicity and other things. Your social skills is 2.5 points. Your social calibrations is 2.5 points. Emotional control is 2.5 points. And game is 2.5 points. You get 20 out of 35 points, and you automatically will get laid. If you don't have that, then you're not going to get laid. It's that simple. But it's not that simple because you also need to have emotional control. This is the only category that could be minus 2.5 points. I'll explain. So, I know it's the weekends, but let's just focus here. If it's 20 out of 35, you get laid consistently. If you level up, you practice the drills, you get laid right there and then. This system ensures that you focus on improving the areas that matters the most, rather than wasting time on things that won't move the needle and get you laid consistently for day game. So what's the next section besides the 20 out of 35? Section number 2. It is the 5 mindsets for success. So what are the 5 mindsets? So beyond the physical and social attributes, in terms of skills or your mindsets, actually play a huge role in your success besides your 20 out of 35. So here are the 5 mindsets, each scored out of 10 for a total of 50 points. Teachability, like how coachable you are, is scored out of 10. And these days, because of the inflation and the tariff affecting your affecting your bottom line, is going to affect your teachability if you're root rotting and turning into a zombie. I have some students that don't remember their instructions today. A Gen Z guy. I told him what the instructions were last time, he forgot. Also, you have to be open to adapting, and being teachable means you're willing to embrace new concepts, take constructive feedback, and apply what you've learned without resistance. Even Marco, the Latino, he is supposed to finish his assignments more than 4 times. He gets a check mark every single time, but he doesn't show up more than 4 times, even today. Latino fuck behavior. So, I'm going to keep talking, even if there's nobody here. Changeability is out of 10. Your ability to change old habits and adopt new behavior is crucial. This measure is how adaptable you are and how quickly you can pivot when something isn't working. Number 3 is skill development. So far nobody's here. Maybe I'll have to paste this into I might have to paste this video somewhere else. Number 3 is skill development out of 10. Skill development follows the 4 stages of competence. Unconscious incompetence. You don't know what you don't know. For example, if people becomes delusional because of the 4 traits of low self-esteem, then it's going to really affect their confidence in a way. Because when you become delusional, then you have delusions, half-assing it, the wrong path, the sociopath, and then you'll quit. Day 3. All right, I'm just going to change but that's the thing. Like I said, number 4 is your believability index, which is very important. So, but when we're talking about skills, right? Unconscious incompetence. You don't know what you don't know. So I have to call it out, or you have to listen to it like it's your cousin or your homework assignment. So we always use the concept of Roger is the cousin. So one of the students' cousin is called Rogers. And for him, maybe people don't like this jacket, right? Maybe I should change it. Yeah, I think I should change the jacket. So the jacket looks a little bit aggressive. So I'll go with this jacket. It looks a little bit less aggressive. Okay. I think this one would be better. All right. So that's unconscious incompetence. What is conscious incompetence? You finally recognize what your mistakes are and what you're doing wrong, but you didn't know it until I start teaching you on elite access. That's why it's so important to get feedback. I wonder if this is actually working. Hello, is my voice working? Yeah, I can hear my voice. My voice working. Yeah, I can hear my voice, so that's good. So, conscious incompetence means that you're finally aware of your mistakes. You recognize what you're doing wrong because of elite access, but you know what to do to fix it, but you're still making the same mistakes. That's what it is, conscious competence. Unconscious incompetence. But if you start correcting it a lot, and two of my students are not showing up for the training, two recent students, a Latino guy and a white guy, maybe they're busy during the weekends or something, and that's very understandable. Maybe they're busy, but these guys should be putting more effort into the training. They did not show up. That's not good because they have to be constantly aware of what their mistakes are. Recently, I've been making them record a video where they call themselves out for all the students. They'll record a video where they'll say their own name and then they'll say what their mistakes are that they need to fix for next time. But it's not enough to just do that because they hear the mistakes. They hear the video once and they just discard it because they don't have memory. So what they do is they play the video over and over again 40 times when they start the training. They'll play the video 40 times, and then on the first attempt on their homework assignment to build a memory, like an army, a working memory, they'll exactly remember what to do. And that's what is necessary. That's how you're going to succeed. Because if you don't have a working memory, that is not good. So once they hear it 40 times, repetition is very important. A lot of times, memory is the missing link. Because if the London guy got laid because he has a good memory, then he was conscious incompetence. He knew exactly what he was doing wrong. Just because of his photographic memory, he was able to fix it in real time and get laid and get a white girl. You recognize that you're doing okay, what you're doing wrong, yet you know how to fix it. That's why the new course, Elite Tonality Mastery, is important. Somebody just got the upgrade to Elite Bundle Resurrections right now. So I was just gone for a little bit. And conscious competence means that you can perform this skill correctly every single time. So if they were to do the opener, they'll be like, "Excuse me, real quick. I have a question. I was looking for a place called Zara. Do you know where I can find it?" Not. Oh, by the way, I just noticed something about you. What? I just noticed you have red hair and green eyes. Are you Irish by any chance? No, I'm not. Hey, I know this is really random, but I'm just in a good mood today. And it's the weekends, and I just decided to come by and just talk to you. "Oh, it's okay." And you disarm, you get it? You have to have the skills to do it every time. If you're a zombie, you won't recognize your mistakes. I could do it over and over, every single time. "Excuse me real quick, I have a question. I was looking for a place called Zara. Do you know where I can find it?" Mhm, mhm. "Oh, by the way, I just noticed something about you." "What?" "I just noticed you have a creative and artistic vibe about you. Are you an artist?" "Oh, no, I'm not an artist. I'm an engineer or some shit." Hey, I know this is very random, but, you know, people don't talk to each other in Vancouver, and I just wanna say hi and break the pattern. It's okay. I could do it every time, right? You have to be conscious competence. "Excuse me real quick. I have a question. I was looking for a place called Zara. Do you know where I can find it?" You see that? Every single time, like a robot. "Oh, by the way, I just noticed something about you." "What?" "I just noticed that you have yoga pants and you're having equipment for going to the gym. Are you a spiritual yogi kind of person?" "Oh, no. I mean, yeah, I'm going to the gym, but I'm going to CrossFit." Hey, I know this is random that we're talking, but it's the weekends, right? Might as well talk to people because people don't speak to each other. I want to be different. See, it's all made up. It's all improvised, but I could do it every single time. That's the conscious competence. "Excuse me real quick." And the speed, everything is correct. "Excuse me real quick. I have a question. I was looking for a place called Zara. Do you know where I can find it?" Mhm. Blah, 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 down the stairs, blah, blah. Mhm. It's over there. "Oh, by the way, I just noticed something about you." "What?" I just noticed that you dress very casually and you have a backpack. Are you a university student of UBC? Oh no, I go to Simon Fraser University. Hey, I know this is random to be asking that, but I used to be a student of Capilano University, so I was curious about you. It's okay. See, I could do it every single time perfectly. That's called conscious or unconscious competence, where that's the next stage. Unconscious competence is a skill that becomes second nature, requiring no conscious thought. Progressing through these stages requires teachability and changeability. Some people lack these traits, which makes it impossible to raise their skill points. Additionally, during this tariff era, many people have impaired working memory due to high cortisol levels. Without a working memory, it's harder to develop the skills. They have no working memory. They can't retain or apply what you've learned. So what's number four? If the third mindset was skills and it has these four components, then there has to be a number four. Number four is the believability index, the most important thing. So even if a student got laid many times through Tinder or Night Game or something, they at least believe that they can get their dicks wet. Does that make sense? They believe they can get laid. You need to have that belief, because if you don't believe in yourself or you believe in yourself, it's true. Whether you believe in yourself or you don't believe in yourself, you are right, as they say. You need to believe in yourself that you can do it. You might think, oh, well, other people like John Student can do it, but you don't think you can do it. I disagree, but you need to believe that it is possible. Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Just because you didn't get your dick wet doesn't mean in the future you didn't get your dick wet from this training. If even Latinos that are unteachable cases, and if they come back after a couple years, they get married, they procreate, and they still bang a woman on the side, if they can do it and they just focus on the problem and using my courses and my training, then you can do it. It's just not quitting, running away, and listening to all these stupid noise. Like, oh yeah, you got to sexualize it, and then you got to DHV, and then you got to set up numbers to the house. Shut the fuck up. So basically, as I'm saying, that you have to believe it. Because how much you believe in yourself, in the system, and the confidence in your ability to succeed, and the trust the system are the key drivers to getting your dick wet. So even if it's 2025. And number five, this one's very important, and this one's really affected, the manifestation index. So you're like, what do you mean by manifestation, John? Are you talking about some kind of spiritual woo-woo shit? No. I always believe that in our lives, okay? Because I'm psychic, you guys know. I only got one prediction wrong, which is the Canadian elections. All the other predictions were correct. So I have a 97% success rate in terms of making predictions. However, there is a spiritual highway up there. It's like if you want to contact Jesus, you could. Evil people can use it. Ghosts can use it. It's like the whole universe creates this internet superhighway. But the internet superhighway is that it reads your thoughts and reads your feelings. So if your thoughts are always hard case and you always overthink everything, then and also your feeling is always triggered. Because if you don't have emotional intelligence with alexithymia and you always triggered, you have feelings that are triggered feelings, then the more triggered you are, the more chaos that is manifested. Because I'll make a good point. Okay? We technically are not solid. I know this feels very solid, right? Like my hair feels solid, everything feels solid. This watch feels solid. But in reality, if you break it down to protons or whatever, right? Technically speaking, this watch is made of a bunch of particles or something like that. Atoms. They're not technically touching each other. You're like, what do you mean? None of these particles are technically touching each other. So they're not actually real. This is our reality. We just see things that reflect off of a light spectrum. They even found new colors. So the idea is that the universe up there is always going to give you what you are thinking and feeling. So if you are like one of my Latino students, Marco, who does next to nothing and he's completely bench holding, then okay, I don't know why you guys disappear. But what I'm trying to say is that if your life is fucked up for your dating life or you're not making a lot of money, your thoughts and your feelings are all off. Your thoughts and feelings are wrong. So like gravity, it comes and attacks you kind of like a universal chef. The universal chef would be like, here's a burnt sandwich. You're like, I didn't order no burnt sandwich. You're like, well, I read your thoughts and feelings. You said burnt sandwich. Then you're like, oh shit, you did order a burnt sandwich. So that's why it's very important to say yes, sir, in my coaching and not to think so much and execute. Because the more you get pissed off, I have a student who's getting pissed off. He didn't show up yet recently. I just kicked him out of the group right now. He didn't realize that. Maybe it's the weekends, they're busy. But for these people, okay, if you get frustrated over and over, every time you go frustrated, the universe, there's a signal, it goes right out and it brings that into your life like a comet hitting the earth. It brings chaos. So you want to make sure your thoughts and feelings, right? Because the unteachable cases, impossible cases, and hard cases have like an impacted thoughts and feelings. I don't know why people disappeared. Maybe because they don't want to take responsibility. That's a very sociopathic mindset. But I'm just telling the truth that look at all these students, 661 laid and polled testimonials. Don't you think they're manifested to some degree? They're manifested. So it's not like it just happens. Who has this many for a day game? I don't care about Tinder testimonials. I only care about day game. So, as I was saying, that the measure of your alignment of your thoughts and feelings and actions, are you mentally and emotionally focused on achieving your goals? Or are you sabotaging yourself with negative thinking? So that's total of 50 points. If I were to score the recent students in 2025, most of them will have 0 or 1 for most of them. Whenever a person's mindset is like 0, they're not teachable because of ADHD, or they're not changeable. It becomes a problem. Does that make sense? If they're not changeable and they don't believe in themselves, then they're gonna have low skills and their thoughts and feelings are gonna be wrong. Anyone that has a 0 1 0 1 in that area, just like the 55-year-old student before, will not get laid. So this is why you need to learn how to budget your money. That's why you can get the golden ticket. So your mindset directly influences your ability to succeed. Even with a strong physical and social attributes, a weak mindset can hold you back conversely. A strong mindset can compensate for deficiencies in other areas. So what's the section number 3 is grit. Before we start calculating the scores, right? Let's talk about grit. So let me post this again, right? The fuck are you, right? All right. I'll write to them so that way people might show up. All right. So, section 3 is grit, the foundation of resilience. Success in day game isn't just about attributes and mindsets. I mean, that's good in everything. But what about the David Goggins like factor? That guy's tough. Grit stands for a growth mindset, resilience, instincts, and tenacity, and is the glue that holds everything together. Number one, growth mindset, the belief that you can improve through effort and learning. There are a lot of students that beats themselves up. They get frustrated recently. They don't have a growth mindset. This helps you overcome setbacks and stay motivated, even when progress feels slow. So let's see where the other students are. I did not see you here today. I moved you out of the group. I removed you out of the group. You did not follow my instructions on how to deal with trauma, right? You'll be updating your mindset playlist or you're gonna get banned, right? You're slowing everyone down, right? So yeah, he needs a growth mindset. I'm talking to the I have another 50 something year old student who's bald. So there's two of them. I'm gonna send him the instructions, okay? Let's see here. I want you to listen to this instructions on how to clear your trauma. There's quite a bit. Even the 55-year-old student who looks just like you, he went through this before he banged that 10 out of 10, right? You saw what she looks like, right? He had to go through this. It sucks, but make it happen. You might fail a lot recently, but get used to it in the beginning. It's perfectly fine. As long as you keep trying, you eventually start to sprout the seed. Let's just see if he makes any excuses. If he's going to make excuses, then he's going to break down. Number two is resilience. If a student still has resilience, he's still in the fight, he will win. If he's not in the fight and he's busy or something and he's making excuses, like sociopathic excuses, and get triggered, you're fucked in 2025. Resilience, your ability to bounce back from rejection and failure. Resilience ensures that you don't give up after a bad interaction or bad homework assignment. Instead, use it as a learning opportunity, right? You may be busy, right? But please do not make any excuses right now, right? Please do not shift the blame. Make it happen. If he makes excuses, he's fucking banned. I don't have time for zombies. Do not shit. Okay, just make it happen. Number three, instincts. The ability to follow my instructions and instincts without trying to invent your own steps. Many students fail, like Latinos, because they try to do things their way, which stems from low self esteem, a lack of trust in the process or the system. Following my instincts ensure that you stay on the right path and avoid unnecessary mistakes, right? I bet this guy was about to write an excuse, right? He'll get fucking banned, right? If you're listening to me right now and you're here and you're indirectly listening, right? I'm glad you didn't make that mistake. So give it a thumbs up, help the algorithms. But number four is tenacity. Even though this student is struggling, right? This guy, imagine having two students, right? They're both 50 something years old. They're both bald, they're both white. One's in Germany, one's the United States. They almost look the same, to be honest. One got bangs a fucking 10 out of 10, right? Like, I'm not even fucking joking. And let's see here. I have the picture over here. So this was the woman that he banged. And he didn't say I can't share this one. So I'm sure he's fine with it. He knows. That's probably why he sent me the photo. Oh, where's the fucking photo? Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Hopefully she's censored, at least for the face. Yeah, I just banned Marco. A lack of resilience. Marco used to be tough. Now he can barely do anything. He's like a fucking zombie. So late pick up the. I have it here somewhere. Okay. Let me just censor the face a little bit for you guys. Okay. I'll send to the inner circle group. I don't know what's wrong with this thing, but hopefully I can. Yeah, here's the picture of the woman. I covered the face a little bit so you can't fully see it. But yeah, she's like a younger Megan Fox. This is like 15 years ago, her picture. She's 40 now. So that's who he fucked. 55-year-old bald guy. He fucks this blonde chick that's German. So if he can do it, why can't you? But we'll talk about his mindset, tenacity. Marco, the Latino, no longer has tenacity. Tenacity means that you have a determination to keep going no matter what, and you go for the knockout. You have to finish what you started. Tenacity is what separates those that have resilience from those who actually can do it. If you're Latino and you do the opposite of everything I say because you're unteachable cases, but if you had tenacity, you just need a little bit of instincts of mine to steer you into the lane. As long as you have resilience. So what I'm finding recently is that if there was the one important thing about grit, is that there's only one trait that's the most important. Was it growth mindset, resilience, instinct, or tenacity? Resilience seems to be the most important. If you can still stay in the fight, even my other Gen Z student, he bench it a little bit, but he came back. And he's doing his homework assignment after he upgraded to elite tonality mastery. As long as you stay in the fight and you keep going, you will not lose. You can get knocked out every single time, and it feels like you're losing. But eventually, your skills, your neural pathways will sprout, and you same day lay out of nowhere. You don't know how it happens because the skills will show up eventually. It is gonna suck in the beginning when you're training with me because you're not playing fucking push pull game tactics, right? Like a cunt. Who gives a fuck about push pulls or DHV stories or self amusement? Not some stupid college game that they do over there, right? All these stupid white guys with their stupid optics and they do this 30-second number close. They go up to some girl and start making some stupid jokes in wearing a backpack. And then all of a sudden they self amuse for a little bit. And then all of a sudden in 45 seconds they get a number close. Try and be witty. Oh, what the fuck? Like cocky, funny shit. What kind of stupid game is that? And one guy from Toronto, Demo or whatever his name is, he's in jail right now for doing that shit. Direct game gets you in jail. Seriously. It's like stupid. So, as I was saying, tenacity is important, but you need to have instincts. But tenacity, but so grit is the ultimate predictor of success. It's really that simple. All these students that got laid in 2024, 56 laid in post testimonials, they were extremely gritty. Even if you had all the attributes and mindsets, without grit, right? If you don't have resilience, I mean, growth mindset is important, but if you don't have fucking resilience to get kicked in the nuts over and over, and that's what it feels like sometimes when you're leveling up, it's gonna feel like that. And it's gonna really suck dick. Seriously. It's like for the 50-something-year-old student, it's like weightlifting. When I started weightlifting, I got zero muscles. You might have to realize you might not get muscles for a while, then they'll pop up. It's the same fucking thing. So without grit, you'll struggle to push through the challenges. So let's talk about the challenging environment from pandemic to tariff. So the dating landscape has changed dramatically over the years. Pandemic era was usually the 2020 era. So during this time, in 2021. Money wasn't affected. It was just a pandemic. So it was a virus that was going around. People were halfway, like, they're not really zombies, but they're like a quarter zombie, just a little bit, enough to connect to people. The inflation was 2023, 2024. 2022 was just the beginning. Afterwards, in 2023, 2024, people felt strangled. So the survival value became a factor. Women had more cortisol and objections increased. That's why a lot of dating coach, their boot camps did not work. They just start taking pictures of optics and stuff like that. People were turning more zombie-like, but they still had some memory, right? They weren't rotting too much. They're like halfway zombies, halfway human, like Marco. But let's talk about the tariff era, 2025. Now people are fully zombie. Women are overwhelmed with cortisol. Survival value is at an all-time high. People don't have much money, and memory is what memory? People are zombies. They don't remember shit at all. They don't have a single working memory. So when that happens, that's why when I talk to the students, they don't remember. All right, let me delete this picture. Right? I expect you to follow the instructions over there. And I see you have not listened to the audio, but when you have, right? I want you to wither down your trauma, right? I need to know the exact percentage. Listen to the audio like 5 times. You won't get it the first time. If you refuse to follow instructions, you will have like a week ban. Then your other classmate is going to be further ahead. If you still refuse to follow instructions and you want to be a bad student, then you're going to get like a longer one every single time until you learn. This is like my army. I'm nice to you now, but if you want to act like a hard case or maybe impossible case, getting frustrated, blame yourself for being a zombie. We need to fix the zombiness. I don't think I'll get through to you right now. We'll just see if your actions match your thumbs up that you've given me. All right, let's continue. I have banned like over 5 students already in a row. That's how much zombies they are. So in this environment, you can see the emotional like is the key to success. Without emotional control, you appear incongruent, stressed, unattractive, and turning women off instantly. So why emotional control is the foundation? Emotional control is the most important factor in day game success. Without it, you're stuck in the loser effect, constantly sabotaging yourself. Here's why. Cortisol and stress. Women are already stressed out and full of cortisol. So if your tonality and facial expressions signal stress or nervousness, you're just adding to the stress and they'll shut you down. So emotional congruency. I'm trying to go faster because I order some food, so I'm gonna grab something later on. My roommates will grab it for me. So got some fried chicken, right? So emotional congruency helps you align your tonality, your body language, and facial expressions, making you appear confident and attractive. So survival value. In today's zombie-like environment, women are hyper-focused on survival value. If you appear incongruent or stressed, they'll interpret you as a threat. This is why elite tonality mastery is critical. It teaches you how to slow down your speech and eliminate awkward pauses. Develop a whitewash tonality that is calm, steady, and congruent. Mask your stress and project confidence even in high pressure situations. So without elite tonality mastery, you're stuck. There's no other way to fix this. Now let's talk about black pill, right? Cannot wait for black pill, huh? So let me post another one. Right? Okay, I posted 3 of these in a row. So hopefully we'll have more people show up. I'm gonna continue in preaching this no matter what. But if we have less people, right? At least so far there are some viewers. It's not like there is not viewers. There's at least 12 people that already showed up at this point in time. So if this is less than less than an hour, that's not too bad. That we're on the right direction. I only see one person here. So whoever you are, please ask questions if you have any. I'll really appreciate it. I'll answer any questions, guys. So number two, black pill, the looks obsession mindset. Let's talk about 20 out of 35 point system, okay? The foundation for success in day game. This system isn't just a random formula. It's a precise measurement that helps us understand what is working and what's missing, and why some people succeed while others fail. So if you want to have consistent results, you need to at least have 20 out of 35 points. Anything less, you're going to struggle. Now let's address a common misconception. This fucking back brace is hurting. Ugh. Okay. The black pill mindset. So what's black pill? Black pill believes that it's all looks or everything. They argue that if you're good looking, you automatically get laid. But let me break it down for you mathematically. So if you can see why your belief is flawed, imagine someone who's has plastic surgery to achieve a 9 out of 10 looks. Okay? So let's just say you had surgery, you pay like a lot of money. And just say for hypothetically, they made you 9 out of 10. Okay. Debunking black pill right now. Where are you guys? Okay. So that's what I'm saying. I will ban you for a week. That's what I told him. All right. Maybe if I move my hands more, right, people will show up. Understand the system, right? It is a cumulative point system, right? That once you reach the threshold, you're eligible to get laid with women, right? That's correct. It's possible that women might have keep going, might have individual preferences and rate value higher than another. Um, it's not like they have individual preferences. So a gold digger may value money. Well, that is true, right? Okay, so in that case, for gold digger, if she's a sociopathic gold digger, right, then she might want some more money. In that case, she's a narcissist, right, with mental illnesses. But it really depends, right? But we're talking more about universally, right? Not so much about specific cases, but yes, there are gold diggers that are sociopathic that may be totally into, you know, using people for money. My aunt, for example, so I have a cousin and he's a taller guy with a bald head and he's married now. His mother, my aunt, she literally tries to go dig rich people, rich Asian men or other people. And when my uncle died from liver cirrhosis because he's an alcoholic, she tried to steal whatever like documents so that way she can have the will. And when my cousin saw it, he kicked her out and says, "I never want to see you again," to his mother. That's a sociopath. So in that case, maybe the preferences can be different. But universally, there is not about individual preferences. The system is so like outside of mental illnesses, right? We're talking about neurotypical. That's a great question, okay? But it is actually universal. How's that? That means Latinos will always have a 5 out of 10 perceived natural status. For example, when I go to a mall, right? At certain malls, there are more teenage girls. So they never dated a guy before, most likely. But when you start dressing like this, right? And you're wearing husband material stuff, they'll start to look at you. They don't know why, but they never dated a guy before. But somehow it's built into their subconscious brain. Does that make sense? Sometimes when you see like a short, fat guy with a really hot girlfriend, he also has very good social skills. He has good confidence and he was friends with her. They hung out for a long time and she developed feelings for him. And he has some good survival value. He might have a decent job. Does that make sense? So there's always some kind of system that goes over the line. It's not fixed because of the women. It's not like they all have a different individual 20 out of 35. They all have exactly the same 20 out of 35. So, okay, so these are just objections, okay? Um, listen, um, if it's all black pill, right? Okay, if it's all black pill, then how does the London guy got laid, right? You saw him in the WhatsApp group, right? How did he get laid? So how do you explain this? Let's play his testimonial because I'm not playing any of them yet. I should. How does someone like this get laid? Share my experience with Jonathan take the program. How we change life. It's a hard element. Programs. It's the choose. Energy. For example, three centralized. Music quality. What? Energy positions. Is. Looks. 16. Strictly. KTG. One night. Energy club. When I actually made. First. White. Coffee. This is quite a change for me as in a guy living in the UK because anything thought could be possible. And he is a guy who has been living around people and around people at places. Why will you listen to black pill people? Because let me debunk, okay? Because if you're heavily into black pill, right? But right? So let me ask you a question. Has a black pill philosophy ever gotten another person laid, their classmates, among the black pill theory? The answer is no, they have not, right? So if they can't get other people laid, right, with their advice, how good is the quality of their advice, right? Does that make sense? This guy's a short little Indian guy, so that's your, classmate that you see in the WhatsApp group of this guy from London. So that's the first question I want to ask you. If they can't get their own fellow, black pillars laid, then how can they give advice if they don't know what works for other people? If it's not transferable, right? Tall, blonde, white dude had the job at Goldman Sachs. He could not. And I'm going to debunk all of this, okay? So what about Latinos with the John's Fashion 5 out? Oh, that's perfect. Marco, I actually made a post later on about you, right? So keep listening. You're gonna be in the third section, I believe. I already calculated. So let's just hear me out first, okay? So imagine you're someone who has plastic surgery, you're 9 out of 10, okay? And let's say you are white, so you have 10 out of 10 perceived natural status. So the score is 10 out of 10, okay? Can you please just listen to what I have to say before you throw your misconceptions at me? I'm Johnny Elite, the world's best day game coach. I've gotten people laid with no looks whatsoever. Even this German guy who's 55 years old and he's banging a 10 out of 10. So do you want to see it again, the lay pictures? So here's the lay pictures for the group. Let me just post it for you. Let me just censor the woman's face and censor this guy's name if I can find it. So why is it so hard to fucking find? This is wasting my fucking time, but this is like stupid. Okay, you can quickly look at her face and I'll delete it. Take a look. All right, BC, take a look in the group. You can quickly look at her face. I'll delete it. Zoom it in. That's who he fucked. This is an earlier picture of her. Look, this bald 55-year-old German 5'7" guy. Does that answer your question? No, no, look at the picture right here. Do you see it? Right? I'll delete it right now, okay? I mean, she's 40 now, but she's still good looking. It's not like she's just gonna lose all her looks. But that's who he fucked. And that's not even like you should see the other ones. They're like 8.5 or 8 out of 10. This one's closer to like 9 point something. Make sense? So doesn't that debunk black pill? The very fact that there's a 55-year-old German guy who's 5'7" who can basically beat any other dating coach in Germany, even tall, good-looking white guys, because he's trained under me. So that means that is it really looks? He's the ugliest looking motherfucker you've ever seen in your life. He's the ugliest student I have. But he gets the hottest women, even beyond the Italian guy. The Italian guy got 9 out of 10 and 8.5. This guy got fucking 10 out of 10. Right? It does debunk black pill. Yeah, now that you've seen it, that's good. So let's talk about why it debunks, okay? Let's say, for example, the guy had plastic surgery, okay? This guy. He has 9 out of 10 looks, okay? Pay attention, right? Before you interrupt. And let's say you're white, so you automatically have a 10 out of 10 perceived natural status, right? How many points is that, BC? 19 points, am I right? 1-9. So that means you're almost 20 points, am I correct? Right? So plastic surgery plus this, but we have to take into account different factors. Because right off the bat, it seems impressive. But here's where things fall apart, okay, BC? If you had zero social skills, right? And lots of these guys do, they don't know how to socialize. They're like zombies, right? So they're like zombies. So they don't have the 2.5 points, right? So you have zero. They can't hold a conversation, even if they have 0.5 points or zero. They can't connect and get her opening up. But let's say their body language, they're unconfident. And they dress like shit. They have 0 points for the way they dress. And that's common. But let's just say their social calibrations is 2.5, is not 2.5, it has zero. Shitty body language. Right? Let's say they got zero, but hypothetically, even if we give them like a 0.5 points for both of them, that's 1 point, right? You still come across as creepy, okay? But the score so far with those 0.5 would be 20, right? But their lack of game, right? They don't have any game. But let's just say, for example, their emotional control, and that makes it 20 points, right? But their lack of emotion, no, just listen, please. So their lack of emotions, right, is minus 2.5 points now. So even if they have 20 points, they're 17.5. Get it? So you start with 19 points from your looks, subtract for 2.5 for social, okay, no social skills, social calibrations, emotional control, right? But overall, when you calculate everything, it's 17.5 points roughly. So that's below the 20 out of 35. Does that make sense? He comes close. The only reason why his emotions are minus 2.5 is because of the tariff. Like I said, the pandemic, it was not that hard, does not affect your wallet. The inflation in 2023, 2024, it became harder. People were half zombies, half humans, right? And now in 2025, tariff and inflation, they're all zombie. You see them crashing out all the time. Then that means at this point in time, in this year, because of the minus 2.5 points of the emotions category is leaching away from their looks on the surgery. Does that make sense now? If it was before the pandemic or during the pandemic times, it wouldn't have affected them. Does that make sense, BC? They would still get close to 20. It'll be hard, but they'll still get laid. Now, it doesn't matter. Because even if they're white, there's not enough points. So imagine a person like Latino where it goes down to 5 points. Make sense? If that's white is 10 out of 10 for the status, then what about the rest? Yeah, the social situation. It's not the social situation, it's the emotional control. You get it now? The emotional control. That's what makes it work. So that's why elite tonality mastery is so important, to hide those weird facial expressions. So what if I told you one of the students who just bought the course, what if he's a tall, good-looking guy and he's asking me this question? What if he's like super good looking? That's all I'm saying. All right. You see the problem here? Even a 9 out of 10 looks and 10 out of 10 status, but if it's minus 2.5 for emotions, it's not enough. It's still 17.5. Even if you add like one more point, it's still 18.5. You'll be below the line. So let's take this further. Some people think they can compensate for the lack of skills and emotional control by doubling down on their looks or status. But here's the truth: you can't outcompensate for fundamental weaknesses. Women aren't just looking at your physical appearance or your perceived social standings, they're evaluating how you make them feel. So if you can't connect with her on an emotional level, and your body language signals discomfort or incongruence that we talked about, not being able to mask it, if your tonality is off, she's going to feel stressed. Women are already dealing with a high cortisol levels due to survival value concerns, right? In today's world. So if you add that stress instead of reducing it, she'll shut you down immediately. So here's a case study, right? Like I was saying, the German guy, the role in the mindset and grit. The story is that the student is 50 years old, and he's a perfect example how mindsets and grit can make or break your success in day game, regardless of your fixed SMV looks, money, or status. His journey highlights the importance of adaptability. Adaptability. So emotional control and the ability to overcome challenges in different eras, from the pandemic to the inflation and now the tariff era. The German student results before the pandemic. So before the pandemic, he gotten older, like he's bald, older, and not conventionally attractive. His success came from his high mindsets and grit, which allowed him to maximize his fixed SMV and execute his day game effectively. Here's what he accomplished. He got a Ukrainian girlfriend, although she was in her late 40s, that's not too bad. He got a 21-year-old, 8.5 out of 10 German woman. He got a 25-year-old Middle Eastern woman who looks like a Latina, 8 out of 10 in looks. I wish I could show you the picture, but he doesn't want me to because she's very attractive. She looks just like a Latina. You're gonna freak out. It blew people's minds, but I can't share it. Another 21-year-old woman, 6.5 in looks, but a great body, like a 8 point something body. But you saw that 10 out of 10 Megan Fox looking blonde, right? That's a real picture. Through this picture was from like 15 years ago. She's 15, like she's 40 years old right now. So most likely she was like 25 or something at the time. So his 20 out of 35 score was likely strong because of his high social skills, drill down social calibrations, emotional control from Kaizen, and his game is that he can same day lay. So his teachability at afterwards became 10 out of 10. He trusted and followed my instructions and completely executed everything I taught him without question, which allowed him to achieve these impressive results. But it wasn't always that way because the pandemic, when it hit, right, everything changed. Looks, money, and status remained the same for this guy. But his mindsets, his grit fell, causing his 20 out of 35 score to collapse. So what happened? His mindset, his teachability, that was 10 out of 10, right? BC? For the German guy, dropped from 10 out of 10, right? For teachability to 0.5. Same body, right? Same big belly, same bald head. He stopped trusting my instructions and became resistant to feedback. He fought everything like a Latino. His changeability fell to 1 out of 10. He barely changed his approach or habits because he's delusional. And he just half-assed it. His skills, it was 1 out of 10. Rather than way up there, at least like 6 or 7, now it's like 1 out of 10. He barely practiced and he didn't show up and he just acted like a grumpy old man. Kind of like my recent student right now, which needs to fix these issues. Believability index is still 5 out of 10, right? It's not bad. He still got a Ukrainian girlfriend before. But however, it wasn't enough to carry him forward. His manifestation, thoughts and feelings during the pandemic when there was no actual vaccine yet. He was overwhelmed by cortisol and negative thoughts, which caused him to rot away mentally at that time. So for the grit, like I said, the growth mindset, it was not there. There was no growth mindset. He rejected new ideas and refused to adapt. So it was the same person, but he fucking turned into a zombie. Resilience, weak. While he could still approach, his performance was lackluster. It was shit. And he didn't even care about improving. His instincts was poor. He stopped following my instructions. And he tried to do things his own way, which led to failure and tenacity. He was completely gone. He lacked the determination to push through the challenges. This mental decline in mindsets and grit led to his downfall, despite his fixed SMV, because he can't change his body. He's old. He's in his 50s. Because his emotional control was negative 2.5, and he lacked the adaptability and resilience needed to thrive in the pandemic era. But he had to come back. So inflation's not bad, right? I paid $42 for 2 tacos, 1 quesadilla, right? Make it yourself, Marco. Make it yourself. And also, you should be drinking Huel. Don't you remember that? HUEL. Another Latino guy should be drinking that right now. He's not replying to me for some reason, but he's drinking the same thing. And that costs like what, $60? But you can drink it every single morning, so you don't have to eat breakfast and lunch. So why blame the inflation? I mean, I'm making money. I'm not poor. So I can't relate to you guys. Even last month, I did pretty well. This month is already getting started. I can't relate to you because I'm not a zombie. Because you didn't show up on your punch card. You always end at 4 times you show up and you bench hold and disappear, Marco. Latino fuck behavior. You always have to disappear. I told you, and you're like, oh, you're wrong, John. I'm going to show up more than 4 times. No, 4 exactly gone. But I'll talk about you. Don't worry. I'll talk about you soon. But the comeback was that after being kicked out for the 55-year-old student, 52 at a time, he rejoined Kaizen in 2022. And his teachability was 10 out of 10. He fully trusted my instructions now and followed it without question. I let him come back because I said, if he can pull a woman home, right, which was that Latina or that Middle Eastern that looks like a Latina, then he can actually come back and use the Skypes. But he actually joined Kaizen again. But I'm still promoting Elite Bundle Resurrections because he also joined Elite Access right now. And he got a 10 out of 10. So, I mean, Marco, check this out, okay? I'm going to share what he got last year. Understood. Thank you for giving it a like. Right? But yeah, so changeability. It increased to 8 out of 10. He wasn't that changeable. He became more adaptable and willing to change his habits because for your classmate, right? That 55-year-old man, Marco, your classmate in the inner circle. I made him pinch his fucking nipples. Every fucking time he doesn't do it, he has to pinch it and says, I'm a fast learner. And you're like, well, that's cruel and unusual punishment. But we knew it had to be done for Kaizen. I wouldn't do it for other programs, but this one, he had to pinch it super hard and said, I'm a fast learner. And it hurts. It worked. At first, he fucking hated my guts. After the program of Kaizen, he still got 1 lay, but he was so pissed off at me. But then when he got his 2nd lay, it became his best fucking friend. So I'm forgiven because it fucking worked because it was brilliant. His skills, right? Improved to like 6 or 7 out of 10. He practiced consistently. He didn't have any fucking excuses. He was doing his job, teaching online, and every single break he's like practicing the fucking drills. There's no fucking excuses. And he's pinching his nipples every time he fucks up, and then he goes back to doing his job. There's no excuses. Believability. It rose to 7 or 8 out of 10. He started believing in himself because he has the skills. Manifestation, thoughts and feelings, because he's like, yes, sir, right? Instead of like excuses. Oh, my quesadillas, whatever, right? Hey, John, thanks for making these series. Yeah, exactly. So I want to show you something, okay? I think it's okay to show you. I showed it to the other group. So did you guys see the picture? I know I shouldn't share it, but this is what the old man got. I'll show it one more time, okay? Just to open up your mindset, because you saw the other London guy, right? But here's the old man. Let me see if I can cover his face. I try to draw over it. The bald guy. Look, this ugly bald old fuck. Take a look, guys. That's what he fucked. That 10 out of 10. She's like 40 now, but that was 25 years old. That old picture of her. Look in the group. Damien, look. Zoom in into her face. You can see that's the old man, right? Look at that. It's like, it looks almost impossible, right? You said, wow, yeah, exactly. That's the 55-year-old student. He does not even understand that it's hard. He's day gaming like a fucking 22-year-old or 25-year-old because he can same day lay and stuff. He does not understand why it's hard because he's trained under me, John Elite. I know now you want to train under me more, right? You'd be like, oh, fuck, John, please take my money, right? I beg you to train you. Please train me. That was last year. That was like fucking, and now you're like, oh, fuck, right? I want to join, but come on now. You had your chance when, before you were kicked out. But it's like, what the fuck? Let me show this to, let me show this to the other group, right? To Marco. Yo, Marco, this is your classmate, the 55-year-old German student. He banged a fucking 10 out of 10. This is her when she was 25, but she still looks good now. She's still very fit. German blonde. Where the fuck are you guys when you should be doing more? When he's running circles around all of you guys, including the Italian student. This is like a 10 out of 10 or something, right? I'll remove it later, but at least you guys can see it. So now that debunks Black Pill. It's ridiculous. It's like I'm the world's best day game coach, and you're not listening to me because of quesadilla. It's like expensive, right? Make your own fucking quesadilla. I cook my own. I make my own fucking tortillas. You know that, Marco? I know how to make tortillas. 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of salt, and I melt butter into water, 1 cup. I mix everything together in my bread making machine. Then I start rolling them into balls, letting them sit in there and growing a little bit. Then I use one of those things and I make a big like rolling pins. And then I put it on top of the fucking stainless steel stove thing, the pan, and I use a little bit of butter and I create some nice bubbles. And then I can create my own burritos and stuff. It's not hard to make. Come on now, it's a fucking flour, right? It's like a primitive food, right? For a bunch of peasants that could not keep fucking killing each other. Latinos, right? They just can't stop fucking doing crime. The bigger the frown, the bigger the crime, Marco. This is what you have, right? It's like stupid. That frown, right? Lack of emotional intelligence. That's why you ain't doing shit. But when you look at this guy, he's banging a 10 out of 10, right? What the fuck? I mean, you saw other student results before, but this guy just keeps shitting on all the other dating coaches' student results. Just Just shits all over them, like just like fucking diarrhea is all over their fucking head. You know, it's funny though. The picture made me believe in myself. Congratulations. Well, it's not supposed to make you believe in yourself. You should see other women that my students fuck. They're even more attractive, or not more attractive, but they're just as almost as attractive, or just at the same level. No big deal. This is normal. Most of my students have fucked really attractive women. I'm the only dating coach where students get women above their looks level. Everybody else using game tactics don't. Or else when they're using alcohol and romantic flirts or some bullshit. What happens is they just use alcohol in the fucking boot camps because on a sales call they'll just say, "Oh, do you want to like use alcohol or something? Celebrate after the boot camp." And then the women are so ugly. It's like, "Oh, that's a model. Oh, another model. Oh, another model. Oh, we have another model." You should see what other students have been fucking. Like this is just the beginning. I could show you even crazier pictures with women with better bodies too that are blonde. If I show you right now, you fucking blow a fucking casket. Maybe I should. Let me see. Yeah, I could do that right now. If I, like, I have so many student lay pics. You have no idea. I'll just leave this a little bit so you can simmer a little bit, right? And stew in your own black pill ideology. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Black pill, this black, because they're lacking social skills and they have cortisol minus 2.5 emotions, so it affects them. But you still need to get over the line. That's why drills are important. That's why you had to pinch his nipples. That's why you didn't do the homework. But yeah, that debunks black pill a little bit. So manifestation, thoughts and feelings. He eliminate negative thoughts and focus entirely on executing my instructions. Yay. Growth mindset, fully restored. He embraced every he embraced every idea that I taught him, implemented it immediately. Resilience through the roof. He could handle rejection and setback without losing focus. Instincts. He followed my instincts entirely, saying yes, sir, to everything and executing without hesitation. I might have to get some Pepsi or something. My throat's hurting. I'll keep going. Tenacity, ruthlessness. He was determined to succeed, achieving 3 lays in one approach each time. Did you know that? Hey, Damien, did you know that he got 3 lays in a row in one fucking approach? You know that? 3 lays in one approach. You should see the women. One's 8.5 German. That's the 21 years old, 25, 21. One shot, one kill. One shot, one kill. One shot, one kill. This is ruthless. We need people like this who are not emotional, that are psychopaths, that can be ruthless when you train them. They'll pinch your own fucking nipples and they don't give a shit. So, yeah. So, so even rejoin again a second time. All right, my throat's bent on. Even rejoin again a second time for elite access. Last year, part of the elite bundle resurrections. His transformation in mindsets and grit allowed him to achieve incredible results, including a 10 out of 10 Megan Fox looking blonde. That's what I wrote here, right? And now she is 40 now, but that was her picture at 25. But now that you've seen what she looks like, you know I'm not bullshitting because you can see the old man sending me that. And of course, he might say, "Hey, John, I didn't say you could share it, but you didn't tell me I can't share it." So until you tell me, and he's not going to watch this video, the 55-year-old student, but until you tell me that I cannot share this, at least I can open some of the students' minds, right? For black pill. All right, let's continue. So his success wasn't due to a improvement in his 20 out of 35 score. His fixed SMV remained the same. Instead, it was his mindset. Actually, let's see if we can find more pictures of him. No, maybe I shouldn't do this, but see. Let's just see if we can find, right? Oh yeah, yeah. Here we go. We have some. Oh yeah, we have a lot of pictures here. I'm just gonna briefly show you guys, okay? Let's see here. Yeah, blow your fucking minds. Let me see if I find more. This is like an unteachable case student. I sent this to him before. I'll make sure I have all of them. Hold on a second. Did I remove some? Yeah, I don't have all of them here for some reason. There should be more. Let's see if I can find it. I'm just taking a screenshot of this stuff. Wait, I even have hotter pictures than this. Hold on a second. I'll show you some. Here are some other women my students have gotten. These are just ones I could find. There's way more. That's 2024. You see it, Damien? You see it? Here's another student banging like a fucking 18-year-old. Okay, she's 18 years old. Sure, I can censor some of the information, but this is a Latina, right? She looks almost Asian, very pretty. But don't worry, I'll remove it soon. They get even hotter than this. This is just the beginning. Yeah, I can see a beautiful face. This one's very pretty, right? This is a Colombian chick. These are multiple students. This one I've not posted his testimonials yet. This guy's a 5'6" student. What do you think of her? Quite pretty for a Latina, right? This is not Asian. This is Latina. So let me just remove it. Like this is just the beginning. It gets even hotter. 1 second. It's hard to find all these pictures here, but they're somewhere. I'll deal with it later. But yeah, you get the idea. There's even hotter women than this. This is just the beginning. So fuck black pill. So his SMV remained the same, but his mindset and grit made a difference. So a 50-year-old something student, how his score adds up based on the attributes you provided, basically. Okay, so status 10 out of 10 being white, looks 3 out of 10, but with the fashion 6 out of 10, money 3 out of 5, social skills 1, social calibrations 2 out of 2.5, emotional control 1, game 2.5. So looks is 6, money is 3. That's social calibrations is 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Plus he's white, but plus game is 2.5 equals 25 out of 35 over the 20-point line. So that's the thing. Emotional control, social skills, social calibrations got him over the line. So even during the inflation in 2024, people are facing more cortisol. But the thing is that it didn't matter because in reality, yeah, let's hear some of his testimonials, okay? Because let's hear some of his testimonials. But yeah, my students usually bangs like really attractive women, way above their looks level. So, anyways, uh, okay, I have this in a Google Drive. I don't have time to put everything together. So, okay, and Kaizen when he first got a girlfriend, okay, she's okay. Then he got hotter women after. But let's hear it so you can hear what he has to say.
This is my testimonial for the John Elite Kaizen 30-day training program.
But I'm focusing on Elite Bundle Resurrections.
I'm a 50-year-old freelancer in Germany. I am in metric measurements 175, which is about 2 inches below the national average height.
When my height
started taking back to the streets, I thought I was like a 6 in sexual market value. But the feedback I was getting told me I'm more like 3 or 4. That was sobering. I had gotten dumb lucky in my life before with some girls. Just a little more than friend of mine. But now at the age of 50, when I'm no longer young and pretty, dumb luck isn't going to do it anymore. I studied with a lot of coaches. I did 3 boot camps with one big company, which doesn't want to be named here, but we all know which one. Nothing actionable. And whatever I learned in other places was either completely useless or it was difficult to transfer to everyday action. Even before we start training, John starts prepping me a bit. He's throwing me ideas about fashion, about social media. What happens first is that I'm getting looked at differently at work. And the next thing, about 2 or 3 days into preparation, I actually get my dick sucked at a party by a Dutch girl. But that was more a very casual thing, and I'll probably never see her again. Next thing, I meet a woman who, for only the second time in my life, I think this is someone I would like to spend the rest of my life. Sincerely. So we meet on a Friday night, and she's all friend zoning me, like, no, let's just be friends. We'll just be friends, la la la. I text John, and John tells me, well, do this and this. I think, I don't know, but okay. He's been right so far. He's been right about fashion. He's been right about accessories. So I just do it. Suddenly she opens up. We fuck. I mean, this is the second night, and I'm a 50-year-old guy. Then we talk a little more. John asks me, do you want this one as a potential life pump? I say, yes. John says, okay, do this and this and this. And by now I'm just all, sir, yes, sir. I just do what he says. If he tells me to put on the pink kangaroo costume, hop across the street and yell, penis, 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 I'll do it. So I do the things he says. Suddenly, the sex goes from good to incredible. I couldn't believe what happened. I have been fucked like this. I'm not sure ever. I've had some pretty good sex in my life, but that was, what the fuck? I thought this looks like a guy who can get older guys results. That's when I started training. I will not exaggerate. It's not Navy SEAL training, but it is a similar attitude. And John will yell at me when I do things wrong, which I personally like. I find it refreshing. And he'll be tough and push and push and push. At first, I didn't understand why does he make me do the same drill 50, 100, 200 times. Now I understand. I just went out shopping and women look at me differently because I have become a different person through the training. I have never seen any dating coach get anybody such results so quickly. So if you are thinking about training with them, I would say do it. At the price, the bang for the buck ratio in this case, literally bang for the buck, in my opinion, is the steal. So yeah, if you think you want to do it. Peace out.
So that was like when he was 50 years old. Okay. So what happens afterwards when he was like 52? Because when he was like 55, he banged that 10 out of 10 that you saw. Now here's a 52. He wasted 2 years with another white dating coach going direct. 0 fucking lace from Daygame. What do you expect?
And I was able to chat out for a 1-year-old, so 8 out of 10, at the subway station. Invite her, so smoothly to my place. I started making out, that naked. She was hard and she was demanding to get it harder and harder. So getting it hooked up, keep focusing. One thing led to another. So yeah, this is my first week after the second round of my Zen training with John Elite. And it worked again. Now, 1 week after the training, it worked again. Yesterday, I ran into a Middle Eastern girl, whatever reason she wanted to keep it all hush hush and secret. When she came here, she put her arms around my shoulders and let me take her. And within 6 weeks, taking home and having sex with 2 girls who were less than half my age. Hello, this is another video date. Oops, I did it again. I fucked another 21-year-old yesterday.
Yeah. So I have this lay pics. It's not bullshit. I can't post it here, obviously, for, maybe I can kind of quickly flash it, but you get the point. If you want to see it, go to the Kaizen page, right? You want to see the lay pics and stuff. Not here. So, but I'm promoting Elite Bundle Resurrections because he also got Elite access from it afterwards, and he still got a 10 out of 10. So he never lost his believability index. I hope that makes sense, guys. That Black Pill is debunked. There's no such thing. It's just socially awkward people that don't have social skills and they're emotionally fucked minus 2.5. Just like right now during tariff. You fix the emotions, you fix the social skills, you fix the body language automatically. That's all. Just get over 20 out of 35. So, yeah, people during the tariff era, people are facing greater challenges. High cortisol level, impaired working memory, increased stress have caused many people to become zombies, root rotting, mentally and emotionally disaffected their resilience, right? They've given up easily. They have no fucking memory. They can't bounce back. The grit, they lose their growth mindset, instincts, and tenacity, becoming stuck in the fixed mindset. Mindsets, negative thoughts, and feelings takes over, preventing them from making progress. Even the German student, after getting a fucking 10 out of 10 lay, fell into this trap. His ego went up, his self-esteem went down, and then all of a sudden he became delusional again, repeating the same fucking mistakes, and he burned himself out of the program a little bit. It happens all the fucking time. So let me just delete this picture. All right. So this is a common pattern in the tariff era where people's mindsets and grits are under constant attack. So the key takeaway is mindsets and grit are the real game changers. It doesn't matter if you try aim for 20 out of 35. How will you level up to there if your mindsets are fucking shit, right? Like rotting like a zombie. It's not. So don't mind me, I'm gonna swear a lot, right? So today is one of those days, right? I just have I'm not gonna filter what I'm saying. I'm just gonna say it. The case study shows that while your 20 out of 35 score looks money and status, social skills, social calibrations, emotional control and game is important. It is your mindsets and grit that truly determines your success. So skill set without mindset will lead to upset. Skill set without mindset will lead to yes, exactly. So mindset is teachable, changeable. Skill development, believability, and manifestation are a foundation of progress. Grit, growth mindset, resilience, instincts. Follow my instructions, I mean. And the tenacity to go for the fucking knockout and go for it if you want to get laid. Without these, even the most promising students will fail. Without them, even with the average fixed SMV can achieve extraordinary results. I mean, a 50-year-old something student, now 55, maybe 56. So, like I said, he's 10 out of 10 for being white, 3 out of 10 for looks, but with fashion, 6 out of 10. Money, 3 out of 5. Social skills, 1 point. Social calibrations, 2 points. Emotional control, 1 point. Game, 2.5 points. Overall, 25.5 out of 35. This score is well above 20 points. So that's why he got laid. So we're going to debunk red pill next. Isn't that going to be fun? So when we're talking about it, we're gonna be talking about an Asian student. In fact, I should play the other testimonial. I show you this guy fucking this really pretty 18-year-old, right? Maybe I should talk about him, but nah, next time. We have lots of examples of Asians and stuff. We can do that in the future video. But for this one, let's talk about red pill, right? So I'm just gonna tell people, right? Next up, debunking red pill for any of the people that are red pilled. It's time to join for this section. I'm gonna put it for both groups. All right, red pill, here we go. Right? So the status and lifestyle of mindset, right? The red pill clout calculations. So let's just start again with a white student, okay? During the fucking tariff. Before the tariff, maybe it could be helpful, but during the tariff, let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about it. Yeah, I cut my hair very last minute, so don't mind that. So let's calculate a score for white individual who leverage their perceived natural status, right? Which means their white is right. A additional clout maxing strategy. So let's say he's 10 out of 10 for being white, okay? So 10 points, perceived natural status. But for lifestyle points, he gets one more point. So he's 11, right? Make sense? Because he has a lifestyle on Instagram. And let's say he's traveling for third world money status advantage, right? He gets another point. He's showing his travel on the Instagram. And exotic advantage. Let's say he went to the fucking, I don't know, Philippines or some place where he's one ethnicity and they're all another one. Exotic advantage or Colombia. So let's not count his high status job. Let's just say he's an engineer and he cannot do a high status job like a club promoter or entrepreneur. So the student has 13 points by being white plus 3 extra points for status. Let's say his looks was only 6 out of 10 for this white guy. So let's see. Yeah, I saw it. Beautiful face. Okay, good. So as I'm saying, his looks is 6 out of 10. Let's say he's not that good looking, but he didn't dress that well. He didn't have my system, right, to raise his score. They're average in looks, but they have decent aesthetics. 6 points. So 6 points plus 13 is 19 points. Does that make sense? You're like, whoa, John, he's red pill. He got 19 points, right? So you're wrong. John, you're wrong. No. Listen very carefully. Let's say his social skills was 1 point, right? And now he's like, that's 19 points plus 1, right? Now he has 20 points. You get it? And you're like, John, you're wrong. He's 20 now. But let's just say his social calibration is 1 point. So you're like, John, now he's like 21 points. You're so wrong. He's over 20 points. But let's say his emotional control, because he has no game, I guess he's red pill, is minus 2.5 points. You're like, what? Is minus 2.5 points, right? Now his emotional control, he's stressed out and he's poor. And now 21 points or something, minus 2.5, right? How many points is that? 19.5 points. Game is 0. Now he's not over the line. He does not get laid. You're like, well, what do you mean? Like 5 points, like 0.5 makes a difference? Yes. It's that code. That means it's not because a woman is like a gold digger or whatever. They all have different preferences. No, they universally, if she's not a sociopath, they universally have the same subconscious programming. So it's very important that you have enough points overall. And BC over here does not have a lot of points. Does that make sense? So you're going to struggle. Same with Damien. So you guys need to start thinking about, well, just because you lost weight, right, doesn't automatically mean anything or have hair or something like that. It's not enough. You still need a lot of skills to get over that line. Plus, you're short. So even with a 10 out of 10 perceived natural status, those 3 extra points don't mean shit from clout maxing because it's leached away from the minus 2.5 points from the tariff in 2025. Emotional control is the bottleneck. Their negative emotional control doesn't just subtract points, it creates a ripple effect. that determines their social skills and body language. Women pick up on the stress and incongruency, which overrides any perceived status or clout. So all this stupid Andrew Tate kind of shit, right? Where they get people falling for that bullshit. It's all bullshit. That's why they're a cult and they don't get people laid. And people gets angry at me because they worship this kind of stuff. Because they're also like black themselves. They're like, oh, he's half black and I'm black, then I must trust him, just like they trust Justin Wayne, right? So it's fucking stupid. So no game, right? These red pill guys don't believe in game. They're like anti-PUA. So without game and they're angry as shit, they can't actively create or sustain attraction. If they're pissed off like fresh and fit, right? They might be minus 3.5, not just minus 2.5. They could be minus 3.5, making them pussy dryers. Status and clout might get them noticed, but they can't convert the attention into meaningful lays. Okay, hopefully this microphone's still working. I knocked it by accident. So far, it's still working today. That's good. So weak social skills and calibrations, their limited ability to connect and they're incongruent. Their body language makes their interactions feel awkward or forced, reducing their effectiveness. What they need to improve to break past the 20 out of 35 threshold, they need to address the following areas. They need to fix their emotional control. They need to enroll in elite tonality mastery to learn how to control their emotions in their face and slow down their speech and project a confident, thorough tonality and body language, eliminating the minus 2.5 points that's making them bleed. They're bleeding value. And that's the thing, because that emotional control penalty alone will bring them to like less than, like they'll be 19.5 points, putting them. But if they have plus 2.5 points, then they'll be above the threshold. But without it, they won't. So you got to develop social calibrations, use Elite 30 to fix your body language, improve your tonality, and learn how to reduce cortisol so that women can see it through your congruence. Raising social calibrations from 1 point to 2.5 would add another 1.5 point, which further solidifies their success. They need to learn game tactics, not just the elite playbook, but also using the elite access to learn the arrow science. 2.5 points for a game, which would allow them to actively create attraction and handle objections, right? Maneuver, sexualize it to the maximum, and deal with the sexual objections looping it. So this example shows that even with natural status advantages and clout maxing, emotional control and social calibrations in game are critical for success. Without these, they're stuck with 19.5 points, just shy of a threshold. And this is a white guy. This is a white guy who's 6 out of 10. Their solution isn't to keep stacking clout. It's to focus on the areas that matter the most. And emotional control. Fix the bottleneck that's dragging everyone down. Your social calibrations, improve your body language and your tonality to create comfort and reduce cortisol. Game learn tactics to actively spark and sustain attraction. With maneuver, sexualized objections looping. With these improvements, they can easily surpass the 20 out of 35. Women do not discriminate. Once you're above 20 out of 35 in skills, automatically, it's like almost like she falls from the sky and lands on your dick. But if you don't have that, she's going to be like a two opposing magnets, right? The closer you get, the further she repels, right? You're like, make sense? You'll be bench holding. So the Chinese student who got 15 lays, do you remember that? We talked about in the earlier challenge. 15 lays and 5 models, 5 white girls, 2 actresses. He didn't use his Instagram. He did all this through the arrow science because he learned day game. His Tinder stuff doesn't count. So even if he used some clout and stuff, he only used it for Instagram, but he didn't use it for day game. He just same day leg. This is an example that highlights that even for someone starting with a perfect or a perceived disadvantage, lower status being Asian, it's possible to succeed by focusing on balance and improving the areas that matter the most by reaching 20 out of 35. Don't forget, it's not a white guy with a 10 out of 10 perceived natural status. So if you're a minority and you're not training under me, you're pretty much fucked. So this student achieved consistent results, including 15 lays, 5 models, 5 white girls, 2 actresses, and marry one of the actresses. So let's see what. I'm still trying to find the other lay pick, right? Ah, here it is. Hopefully I can find this thread, but you want to see another student, what he banged? Are you ready? Whoever's here, Damien, you ready to see it? Of course I have lots of fat, successful students. Okay, I only have a picture here, right? The screenshot, other one, I cannot access it because I have to find it on the WhatsApp thing. This is who he fucked. Look, let's see if I find the other one. So what do you think? I have their pictures naked. Just gotta find it. It's here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, you want to see it? See her nude? All right, you ready to take a look? There, you see it? I cover this one just in case it's a little bit. So these are both sisters. He fucked one of the sisters, but he fucked the other one. London. This is London. So I wrote London. So what do you think? London don't have attractive women. So I mean, this guy was about to end his life because he was so depressed because he couldn't even get laid. You know that? And I got him laid, so it saved his life. No, this is another London student. So So what do you think, Damien? What do you think now that you've seen it? This is just the beginning. There's even hotter pics in this from other students. It's super interesting. Is it super interesting, or is it like, is that all you got to say? Are they attractive? Yes or no? This is better looking than other dating coaches' girlfriends. Unless you have some super high taste that you need like a 10 out of 10. But this is at least probably above a 9. This is better looking than tall, self-proclaimed highly count guys' girlfriends, or even other lays from seeking arrangements lead gen. Better looking than. So you're just saying is barely better looking than his? That's it? So you're saying that you have such high taste that if you were seeing her naked on your bed, you think she's just okay? So you're just saying that she's like above 7 or something like that? Are you saying even the older man has a hotter woman than this guy? So what are you saying? Because I can't read what you're saying because you're not saying anything at all. I'm impressed. But, you know, you saw the other students too, right? But there's even more. This is just the beginning. But nobody knows what you're talking about. You're impressed by what? I mean, these look better than porn stars too. These are actual real physical models. His girlfriend's actually a real model, like an actual professional model. So whoever this picture is, you might think this is what they do for a living. They model for big companies. I'm impressed that your students' results better than porn stars. Yes, okay, that's good. At least he knows that. That's actually a real model in London. They live there to act. They're like physical real models. These are not just some fucking Instagram models. And that's why he has a girlfriend. He has no money whatsoever. This guy. He could barely afford my like he can barely afford my coaching, but he invests anyways because I got him laid. And he's a logical person, but he's very emotional. He was about to end his life, but he's still with us. That's how he ended the game with her. Sometimes they quit because they quit while they're ahead because they can't get any better. So if that's the quality of students, it gives you an idea that my students, right, compare to other dating coach students, they don't even compare. They're not even on the same level. If average Lee is this hot, well, for the better students, and there's even more, then that means nobody has women as attractive as my students. I'm not exaggerating. Other people can censor their faces and show ugly, busted trash and call her a model. This is a real fucking model. Like she gets paid as a living to be a model, and he's fucking her. And he fucked a sister because they have both have blonde hair. He fucked both of them, so they have to keep it a secret, as you saw in the screenshot. Don't share these. It's just for you guys. It gets even hotter. This is just the beginning. So if it's this attractive, not not even fucking Justin Wayne can get women like this. If you compare them side by side, every single one of these are hotter. But let's continue. Not even Andrew Tate can get women like this. Come on now. They have some ugly fucking like their women looks okay with a lot of makeup and stuff, but they're not that hot. And my Pakistani mentor has even hotter women than these. He has 10 out of 10. He makes the other German women that is 10 out of 10 looks like a fucking 9 out of 10. So my Pakistani mentor, he has like 3 girlfriends. They're all like way harder than that. Andrew Tate will wish he had girlfriends like my Pakistani mentor. I've seen them. I can't share them, but it will even blow your mind, make all this look like shit. So, anyways, as I was saying, black pill. I mean, red pill. Okay. So my student has 5 models, 5 white girls, 2 actresses, and marry one of the actresses. So this Chinese guy demonstrated that the power of the 20 out of 35 system in identifying and addressing weaknesses to achieve success in Daygame. So let's break down this guy's score, right? Remember that we talked about on day 2 or day 3, I can't remember, but looks is like, let's say his looks was 7 out of 10 with the fashion upgraded. Before that, it was probably lower. And let's just say his money was 3 out of 5. He's dressing husband material, whitewashed. So that's 7 plus 3, that's 10, right? And he's Asian, right? So because he's Asian, he only got 1 point, right? So that's 11. And also social skills, 1.5. That's 13. That's 14.5 plus 2, 15, 16, 19. And then his emotional control, right? 20, 21, 22 points, right? For that Chinese guy, if he maxed out everything roughly with the game and everything and all the other categories. Does that make sense? So it's more than 20 out of 35, even without status. And he got more than 20 points. Look 7, money 3, status 1, social skills 1.5, social calibrations 2.5, emotional control 2.5, game 2.5. By maximizing those 7.5 points there, right? Plus all this stuff, that's 20 out of the 35. But yeah, something like that. So why he succeed? Balancing scoring. He didn't rely on just one area to carry him like fucking status or something or looks. That's why most Asian dating coaches, they can only do night game. Their students can only do night game for late testimonials. That's it. Only fucking night game. Whatever the fuck that means. Because it's 15 out of 35 for Asians. That's why they all quit around like 2023 or something. They all fucking bench holded and fucking quit massively because they listened to queefing canceled Casanova and all these other people with their red pill shit going to Latin countries, Latin shithole countries, because Asians have to go Latin fucking shithole countries. So the red pill thing is bullshit. Asians are maximizing with black pill mixed with red pill. Looks maxing with muscles plus swiping on Tinder in third world countries, whatever the fuck that means. Number 2, he has consistent practice. Like I said, it's not short-term intensities, long-term. It's not short-term intensities, long-term consistency. His high emotional control and social calibrations are a direct result of practicing drills, refining his approach over time. Game mastery. He can fucking do same day lays, even one approach in Berlin. One fucking approach, one shot, one kill. First approach, same day lay a blonde girl. His ability to execute game tactics effectively ensured that he could convert interactions into results. So that kind of debunks the whole fucking red pill. And I have his testimonial right here. I cut them all and put them all into this one. Let's listen to it quickly. So I'm playing a little bit faster, but you can hear him. So you can see why he has a lot of syllables close together, right? He had to learn how to slow that down. So okay, so over here's the first model. You can kind of see it. Her Instagram, but he banged like a tall one. I don't know how much is 180 like centimeters or whatever, but I think that's like 6 foot tall, maybe 5'11", 6 foot. So it's squeaky. It's hard to hear his voice, right? So let me see if I can do it better, okay? That's how he talks like, believe it or not. So tell me if you can hear it now. I'll go a little bit further, okay? A little bit further. Can you hear it? Can you kind of hear it? Despite his accent and his syllables, you see, like, I teach a lot of students with, you know, a lot of these issues with their tonality. This is his first lay. That's why he sounded kind of like this. He'll get better. Let me just hear how it sounded like on the other one. If I can kind of hear it, then let's just hear it. Oh yeah, it does sound like it's cutting out. Shit, it's cutting out. Yeah. Oh, that sucks, man. That sucks. Okay, I can tell you what he's saying then. How's that? So I think the best thing we can do is just for me to just tell you, I'll hear it and I'll tell you what he says. Right? I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe because I made his voice lower to mask his voice. I'll go further. So he said he recently laid with a model. She's 180 centimeters tall. He says he was 175. He met her in the food court. He tried to schedule a date and she was hesitating. That's what he's saying. They went to a movie and then she gave him a hand job in the movie theater. He was touching her pussy and if it was wet. He forgot to bring his key. That's what he says. And he could not get back to his place. He tried to do it in a toilet and also a staircase, as he said. He was fingering her. So they went to her place instead, and there was a couple models living with her when she was visiting his country. She kicked all her friends out of the room so she can have sex with him. So he's saying that he only joined a week ago. And he managed to get LA. He's done it only on the sixth approach. And everything's scientific, but he used to like use RSD. He had RSD boot camp. That's what he says. He's saying everyone's spam approaching in the boot camp. He's saying every 30 seconds or 1 minute they all been like blown out, means rejected. John Elite's better than RSD. Well, obviously RSD is like mass approaching zombies, right? Okay, here's a second one. Hopefully he's a little bit clearer. I'm not sure if you can hear or not. So he followed my social skills flow drill. He did not really sexualize it. He's saying sexualizing doesn't work. He's saying that tall self-proclaimed high leg count guy students or other people, right? They sexualize it. He's saying it's better to flirt instead of sexualizing. I can't even hear what he's saying, but because he was sexualizing, she left and then she flaked on him. And then I told him what to text her, right? To get her back on the line, to get another date. So I say, copy my text. If you text all this stuff, she'll come out. So she wants to meet him at his hotel. So he was using the 6 frames, but using husband material instead. He's talking about how if it would be great if they have Asian babies because it's cute, they're half Russian, half Asian. You can kind of see her picture over here, right? Kind of. That's her over there. That's the Russian chick. Don't worry, it's censored enough to post on YouTube. But yeah, it's a white girl. It's his first white girl he ever fucked, but let's hear it. Best sex ever. She came 3 times. She was so tight. He always wanted to lay a Russian woman. He's got Spanish girls before because he was a passport bro and blah, blah, blah. Passport bro for Tinder. He also had another model, some Asian who gives a shit, right? He was outside of the club, not inside the club, so it's not night game. And he pulled her home in like 1 minute. And he had sex with her 1 minute. Even though like he argued with me, right? I'd say that it's possible. Fuck mystery method. He's like, no, mystery says you need 10 hours of FaceTime before you can have sex and seduce her. I was like, no, you can fuck her in 1 minute. And he did it. Never listen to white guys. I don't even know what he's saying. It's like the way he speaks, right? Before it was full of cortisol. You can hear it, right? He needed elite tonality mastery, but at least it was better than the first time. He'll speak better every time. Okay, here's another lay, right? In Berlin, one approach. So he got laid with a hot white blonde Hungarian girl. He came to Germany to meet a girl. Yeah, after they went, like they met at a certain location, right? He flew somewhere for that's where he got a lot of lays. She came over to his place in Asia because this part of layover, right? She's going back home to Germany. So you mean the traumas, right? I hope you understand the homework assignment is not just the mindset playlist, but your list of traumas, right? And how you're supposed to clear it. Did you do that or did you do something else? Hopefully he does the right homework assignment. Hopefully. He flew to Germany to meet this 19-year-old girl. It didn't work out because he was okay. So basically, what happened was he was so impatient because he did the Tinder stuff before. He said if he doesn't have sex on the first date, he loses interest. He said that to a 19-year-old girl and freak her out emotionally. If he just played the long game, he would have fucked her. I told him to go Berlin because what I said was Berlin is the easiest place in the world, right next to Thailand. So why don't you just fly over to Berlin since you're still in Germany? Don't go back home. He said, okay. I said, you get laid there. So he started gaming this woman, but she turned out also, she's also his roommate. She's like a hot blonde. She's Hungarian. Okay. They got some food together. It was Halloween very soon, so they got some clothing or something for it, like costumes. If that's the case, right, then how come you did not listen to the 3 minutes and 12 seconds audio of the steps, right? If you listen to this audio, I can see it turn blue, right? You're skipping a lot of steps, right? You're turning a bit like a zombie. That's not good. I hope you recognize that. Things are starting to break down. You're starting to crash out. You're starting to rot out. You must reverse this right away. No matter how hard things feel like right now, just push through it. Just pretend you're in the Navy SEALs and this is hardship in the first hell week. Okay. If you can survive this, you're going to come out on the other side transformed, right? Expect to have a lot of setbacks, right? Never get frustrated. Just get back up, put that log over your shoulders and keep lifting it up. Keep lifting it up, right? Don't forget the other 55-year-old German guy that you saw. He also went through all of this stuff too. He went through even worse. He had to pinch his own nipples whenever he fucked up, right? And it's funny because both of you actually look very similar. You're just in a different country. All right, let's continue. So, I don't even know what he's saying. Okay, so he booked a 4-star hotel afterwards because where they were staying, right? It was some kind of dormitory or something. Dormitory. It's like a place that where it doesn't have a lot of privacy. So he spent the night with her, give her 5 orgasms, and became his fuck buddy. So he got white fuck buddy. Okay, I think I repeated a little bit of this video. It's kind of like I just skip it, man. Yeah, I didn't edit properly. So here's the last one. Okay. Okay, now he's gonna talk about his 15 lays. So here's another testimonial. So here's the testimonial for Berlin, and this is the last one. This one. This one he's gonna talk about how he's gonna propose to his girlfriend. So let's see what he has to say. This is the last one. You can kind of hear this one a little bit, hopefully. So he coached with me for 6 months. He lays 15 girls through Daygame. 5 of them were models. 5 of them. Okay, even if you can't hear it, I'm translating for you. Look, it's a real fucking video testimonial. Do you see that? It's real. So, do you want me to send it to you or something? Or how much fucking proof do you need? You seen the other women's pussies, right? Do you want me to send you this one too or something? No, I mean, why do I have to validate myself to somebody that doesn't actually have any money to pay me and got kicked out of my coaching and that wants to beg to come back? But I'm gonna translate anyways. There's no fucking time, right? If this doesn't work, then too bad. Okay, you got a blonde Hungarian, one Russian. H 5 minutes approaching, another model, he pulled back home. Now he said he has 2 actresses. One of the actresses became his girlfriend. He's about to marry her. He's settling down. He has 150 lays, but most of them are Tinder. Outside the 15 lays over here. He says it's time to settle down. He wants to start a family. Now he's a father and he has a daughter. I taught him the arrow theory, but it's called the arrow science. Social calibrations. He taught me fashion. I can't even hear what he's saying. His accent is really bad. He said even when he's training with me, he got distracted. He tried to use RSD things. He also learned from a tall, self-proclaimed highly account coach course. Did RSD boot camp and UMP. He got 0 results. Well, he's 5'8". What do you expect, right? You think white dating coach shit's gonna work for someone like him? Come on now. He learned from some course called Occam something, whatever it is, from some white coach. He got 0 results. He's talking about pickup. He says he really implements hard and it did not work. He's saying he's apologizing for getting distracted. He tried to do all this stuff first. It failed. Then he did it my way and he got laid. So his changeability is high. It's only part of 3 months of proficiency. Don't think text game is going to help you if you can't even get the rest of the 7.5 points right. If you get the 7.5 points right, you don't get flakes. In fact, I don't even remember if my students ever get flakes when they leveled up their skills. They're just collecting the lays in 1 to 6 approaches. Every lay is 1 to 6 approaches. Let's see what else he's saying. He says he tried to implement whatever they're teaching. I'm not sure what he said, but it doesn't work. He tried to sexualize it. It was one blowout after blowout, as he says. John Elite system works. UMP system does not work. He says, sometimes, are you sure it's so simple? He's talking about my system. He's talking about the 50-year-old something German guy. Yeah, he's saying he fucking like got laid with 3 women in their 20s. You say he was very skeptical. He tried it. He's able to pull girls within 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes within the first approach. The Hungarian girl in Berlin. Russian girl, something I cannot hear. So he says the more he realized that he used my system, the more he realized it works. Trust the process. John really knows his stuff. For day game, dating, he knows what he's doing. Trust in the process. Trust him as a coach. You'll get the results that you want, and then peace. That's what he says. So that's the video testimonial. So it's actually real. So I'm just going through this one. So we're at the end. So it sucks that you can't hear it. It's not like I can just change the microphone in mid-sentence, but that's roughly what it says. In the future, I can post this video testimonial, but it's real. So there's no reason to be skeptical because this fucking microphone's not working. This is like an inner circle member, because you will never join the inner circle, Damien, unfortunately. So anyways, that debunks red pill. So yes or no, did you listen to the audio? That it did not show up as you listening to it.
Therapy has always been the
Oh, shut up. Okay. You didn't answer my question. You did not answer my question. I really don't know. It's possible that you went through it. I'll show you, okay? So normally, right? For other students, right? Usually this would turn blue, right? When you go through it. But I don't know why it's not working. It could be a glitch. So, but you should have a good idea of what to do, right? Because you have a lot of mental trauma, you have to wither it down. This is the other video I'm talking about to help you wither it down. Just go through it a few minutes. Every single wait, let me pause this for a second. I want to give away everything. I was just teaching you some stuff that I cannot actually teach here. So, all right, let's continue, right? Um, I'm attacking purple pill next. Anyone who wants to think it's all money, right? You better join right now. I send this to the group. All right, let's begin. So, what was the question, right? Never mind. So, all right, purple pill, right? The money obsessed mindset. So, what the fuck is the purple pill? The purple pill calculations, right? Why money alone fails, right? The purple pill mindset is rooted in the belief that if you have enough money, right? Like you're like super rich, like 100 million or something, or that's the ultimate solution to success with women. People stuck in this mindset thinks that earning more money or flaunting wealth, women will automatically be attracted to them. But here's the truth: money alone doesn't do shit, especially for day game. Women aren't going to jump on your dick just because you're rich. Let's break this down mathematically to show why. Purple pill calculations. Imagine someone who's fully committed to the money pill mindset. They prioritize making money but neglected other areas of personal development. And here's their score that it might look like 6 out of 10 for looks. Okay. So they're average in looks, and until they dress decently, they have made a significant effort to optimize their aesthetics. The score is 6 points. Okay. Money is 4 out of 5. They worked hard to earn the money and presents themselves as financially successful. This gives them 4 points for money. So that's 10 points, 6 plus 4. Their status is 10. So they're 16. No, I mean 10 plus 6, right? I mean 6 for whatever looks, and 10 for being white. Yeah, 16. Yeah. So that's 10%. 10 points for perceived natural status. Other ethnicities would be lower. White is right. And for example, their social skills is 0 points because they're just full of money and Asperger's. Their body language is 0 points. They hunch like a beta male. Emotional control is minus 2.5. So, and even if their game right was probably like 0, it's probably like 13.5. So that's not good enough. Purple pill fails. This is typical, right? These CEO entrepreneur guys that are rich, but they have like a receding bald hair, and then they look like shit and women laughs at them, but they're rich as fuck, and they have like a Lamborghini or something, but women just don't give a fuck. So that's the thing. That's a purple pill mindset. It's just not enough points because of the minus 2.5. All of their gains that they have is only limited to 5. Money is a passive attractor. Money might make women notice you, but it doesn't actively create attraction. Women don't care about how much money you have if you can't make them feel something. Without social skills, social calibrations, emotional control and game, money alone don't convert attention into results. Women cares about perceived wealth, but not actual wealth. Many of my students don't have much money, but they dress like they do. By adopting the husband material whitewash fashion, they create the perception of financial stability without needing to actually be rich. This shows that perceptions matters more than reality when it comes to money in day game. No skills, no results. The purple pill mindset ignores the importance of active skills like social skills, social calibrations, emotional control, and game. Without these, interactions feel shallow or forced, and women quickly lose interest. Emotional control is a bottleneck. Negative emotions controls doesn't just subtract points, it creates a ripple effect that undermines everything else. Women sense nervousness, incongruency, or arrogance, which kills attractions immediately. Day game is about connection, not transaction. Unlike night game or Tinder, where superficial attributes like money might play a bigger role, you can use AI images in the background these days and change yourself. Day game is all about connection and skills. If you can't connect emotionally or lead interactions effectively, money won't help you. So the key takeaway is that skills over money. Purple pill mindset is fundamentally flawed because it overestimates the importance of money and underestimates the power of skills. Even if someone maxes out their money score, they still need to develop the following to succeed in day game. Social skills, learn how to engage women and build rapport and create emotional spikes with the social skills flow drill. This is where Elite 30 comes in, teaching you how to have meaningful connections. Social calibrations, fix your body language, tonality, and overall presence. These nonverbal cues are critical for reducing cortisol and making women feel comfortable around you. Emotional control. Without emotional control, high enough money and status won't save you. Programs like Elite Tonality Mastery teaches you how to stay calm, confident, and congruent in all your interactions. Game. You develop the tactics of maneuver, sexualize, objections, looping. Nothing else matters. The Elite Playbook provides a little bit of the game and also how to handle dates and stuff. So why my students succeed without money? Many of the students don't have much money, but they still achieve incredible results because they focus on perception and skills. So by dressing like husband material and mastering social skills flow drill, the social calibrations 45-degree body language, which gets her wet the more they can hold it, and game, and overcome their financial limitations because of their whitewash fashion and their husband material fashion. So a student with low money but strong emotional control in game can easily outperform someone with high money and no skills. Perceived wealth through fashion and grooming is often enough to create an attraction, especially when combined with strong calibrations and emotional control. So let's say, for example, let's hypothetically talk about a Latino student. All right. So let's talk about Latinos. Okay. I had a Latino student. So he was asking, hey, when are you going to talk about me? Right. So let's see, where's Marco, the Latino? Marco Polo. Right now, I'm talking about Latinos if you want to listen in. All right. I'll just wait for him. Are you home right now? I don't see you online. You know how to use it, right? Roughly. Just get closer to the screen. Right. So, but yes, do wither it down and do lower the score on your Google Documents every single time. Yeah. All right, let's continue. So, Marco's not here, but the Latino students score. Let's calculate the score for Latino students. Hopefully you can hear the testimonials, right? Of the Latino students, right? Tell me if you can hear his testimonials. Otherwise, it's not going to be good. So I'm going to play one of his testimonials. So we can show you that somebody with no money, right? He was complaining about quesadillas or whatever you call it, right? Quesadillas. Yeah, that's how you say it, because I eat Mexican food all the fucking time. So, see, where is he? His third leg. White fuck buddy here. So, yeah, this one. Can you hear it?
Again, with another testimonial of a recent lay, and
He has 2 lays for 2024. I only posted one.
August last week, for August 7th, and this is a cheat that was
Okay, so maybe when it lowered the voice, you cannot hear it, but we'll play it faster.
meeting her friends and the curvature.
Do you see the long pauses of the tonality issues? Because his corpus callosum is weak.
For a little bit and have an instant hangout, not a date, hangout. Instant hangout, got her number, and eventually I met up with her, like on a date.
I want to see if I can make it go faster.
This hits me.
Oh shit! I can't play like
Another.
I cannot play at faster speed.
Instant hangout, got her number, and eventually I met up with her, like on a date. And
Good.
As you can see here, this spot is perfect. I had to pay for a
Well, that's a lay pick and all that stuff, but yeah, it's sensor, so it'll be fine for YouTube. But
studio next to the street. You can see the street right there. And you only just walk 5 seconds. And there's the advantage that I have to
I wish I could play at double speed. I just can't move it forward. There's no option to. I don't know what happened.
pay for close the tourist area. And 2024, I know it's been hard for some of the players.
That's 2024. That was when Marco was half human and half zombie. Now he's total zombie. He can't even do his homework. So I was showing him like a punch card. He has to do it 4 times or more. He can never pass number 4. The Latino fuck behavior.
Can do it, but you have to have the right structure. With Mr. John, he's the only one that can help you. For Daygame. Daygame is the best. Also, you cannot see really well, but he actually got me in shape.
We'll go fast for a little bit.
And distant Daygame late 23. I met this girl.
So this is 2023, okay? We'll go back in time. Last year, he has a white fuck buddy, I believe, and also like a Latina girlfriend at the same time. That was Marco when he was like half zombie, half human.
White American girl. And we went on a date. I ended up ordering on the card. I couldn't close it. And John got me pissed off at me. He kicked me out of the late access. But he showed me how to get it done. With his training, the objection stealing and sexualizing to the max.
The arrow science.
And I went to the training again. And the second time, pull the wider again to my car and close in the bed. It works with his new.
So yeah, that's the thing. 2023, I introduced the aeroscience, but the Chinese guy already learned it beforehand. Does that make sense? So I always introduce technology first to some of the students, and then I release it to the rest of the students. So the Chinese student learned it before he did. Isn't that weird? So just like you guys are learning about elite tonality mastery right now, but all the other students learn it beforehand. Does that make sense? I roll it out slowly. That way nobody knows everything. And now you guys would know around like 30% of my system. So eventually you'll learn more. So that's how I keep my competitive advantage. If nobody knows everything and I introduce it slowly and they still get laid with the other stuff, then I can maintain indefinitely, as long as I still don't age that much, I can indefinitely dominate the whole day game industry. I need more students this year, good students that are not zombies to get laid. Marco became a zombie. I need an army, guys. Army, not bench holding, root rotting.
Method Aero
Aeroscience.
2023 by John Elite is a new thing.
It's not new.
Guys. Now, he helped me a lot with dealing with objections and all that.
Let's go next one. Okay.
My jawline. So it's
Okay, here's another lay.
and all of the
Okay, this one's censored and stuff, but you can see the bedroom stuff, right? Like that. But it's all censored, so it's fine. Perfect for YouTube.
information on circle, like the video called hybrid opener. The hybrid opener helped me out a lot in the game because that's how I met my fuck buddy. And
Yeah, he has a fuck buddy, he has two fuck buddies at a time. And she became his girlfriend, but then he crashed her fucking car and they broke up.
hybrid opener.
Hybrid opener.
While
This is 2022. So you see Marco gets laid every single year. But this year, if the tariff and stuff like that is fucking him up. And even like when you look at ICE and stuff, they're attacking the Latinos, right? Or they're throwing them over the borders. Not that Marco's like that, but I'm just saying it affects the mindset of the Latinos, you know, being called a bunch of fucking terrorists. But
against my girlfriend.
yeah.
As powerful shots. Also,
Yeah, you see how the system changed in 2022? All the old openers are thrown out. Adaptive openers, indirect, neutral openers, creative and artistic shit, all fucking thrown in the garbage. And they all use the hybrid opener because of the inflation or the pandemic. You have to do that to deal with the objections. You know, statements of empathy, calling out elephant in the room.
we talk about systems. So, yeah,
Okay, next one.
all this is some
Okay, here's some of the other women. So this is one of his girlfriends. Hopefully, you can see it. This is one of his girlfriends. He had two girlfriends at the same time, actually. Okay, you can't see this one too well, but there's another girlfriend here. Maybe you can see it when it's moving or something. Don't worry, they're all censored. They're fine.
dollars. This is making
This is 2021. You see that? He has like 2 girlfriends at the same time. So Marco's changed. He's turned into a cortisol zombie.
it means thinking coach for
He's been now today, he's been banned for a month because he didn't do shit. I kicked out another Indian student. When the London guy got laid, I kicked out the one from the United States who kept getting laid. This year he won't.
training for some time now. And out this house, I was thinking arms for girlfriends, 2 girlfriends at the same time, and I have to keep one of these girls as my main girlfriend. One white girl, one Mexican American, and 2 Latinos until today. John was able to help me out before COVID and after COVID. And it's not easy to adapt, but John can help you out with that. For John, it's not impossible because he knows what to do. He knows what you need, and he knows how to help you out.
Let's see, is there any previous testimonials before that? Well, you kind of get the point, right? That's Marco, right? Many lays, many like 2 girlfriends at the same time, many one girlfriend, one Ukrainian fuck buddy, or just 2 lays. But he just fucking benchoed it, right? This year, you know? He completely lost his mind. He turned loco, right? All right, let's continue. So let's calculate the score for Latino students based on example, right? Most Latinos are poor in debt, broke. They're always in 5-figure debt, all of them, or they're broke. Broke means at $0, paycheck to paycheck. And without any money, their ethnicity score is lowered down to 5 because of Donald Trump. It used to be 7 out of 10, but Donald Trump lowered their score twice because he's president twice, and Donald Trump is going to be a 3rd-term president. I have got the wrong psychic prediction when I said that Canada, the conservative was going to win, but all the other predictions was right. Here's my next prediction, okay? I'm saying here. I think Donald Trump is going to find some voting irregularities for the first election that he lost. He's going to use it in the courts to try to change and amend something and have a referendum if he can have a 3rd term because they stole one of them from him. He's going to find some proof. And all that time when people thought he was a crazy guy, a sore loser, it turns out he was right. Before Biden won. That's my psychic prediction. He's going to have a 3rd term. It's not going to be through J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is also going to win in the future. He's going to be president too. So that's my psychic prediction. Anyways, let's continue. So, like I said, 97% accurate. So status, if you're Latino, you're 5 out of 10. Looks are 7 out of 10, right? You can get better fashion. All Latinos are decent looking. They're all 7, but they never go beyond 7. And money, let's say he dressed like that, like he did. That's how he got all his lays, the same fashion as all the other students. 3 out of 10. I mean, 3 out of 5. And his social skills was, let's just say 1. He sucks, right? And social calibrations 2. Emotional control 2. Before the inflation, obviously. Before he started becoming a zombie, he was like 2. That's why he get 2 girlfriends. Game was 2.5 if he was able to use the arrow science. So 7 plus 5 status. Okay, that's 3 money. That's 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.5. Get it? So he's above the threshold. However, their status disadvantages requires them to complete or compensate by excelling in looks, emotional control, and game tactics. So the impact of the emotional control. Let's examine what happened if the Latino students' emotional control drops due to stress, cortisol, or the inability to adapt during the inflation or the tariff era. If their emotional control drops to 0 or minus 2.5, here's how it affects their score. So if their emotional control is minus 2.5 instead of 2, adjusted, right? Then that 21.5 or something minus 2.5, it's gonna be like 21.5, right? So 18.5, right? Is below the line. Even when emotional control is negative, it doesn't just subtract points, it also impacts the social skills, right? Because they cannot think properly. They don't remember the social skills flow drill. The social calibrations, they forget about the 45-degree body language. And it'll drop to 0 points for social skills. Social calibrations, instead of 2 points, it'll be 1. You get it? And then when we lower those scores, right, it's gonna be lower than 18.5, or I mean, something like that. It's gonna be like 70. It's gonna be somewhere like that, right? Estimation, I forgot, but okay, status is gonna be 5, looks gonna be 7, money 3, okay? Social skills 1, so 7, 15, 16, 17, 18.5 minus 2.5 will be roughly like 16.5. Now Latino students fall below the threshold of 20 points, making it much harder for them to succeed. This demonstrates how critical emotional control is, not just for a standalone factor, but because it influences other areas like social skills and social calibrations. So ethnicity and their status, why even is harder for some groups. Let's talk about status based on ethnicity. So if white men start with 10 out of 10, right? That's what we used as an example. What happens if they're not white? Asians are like 1 out of 10. Indians are 2 out of 10. Whitewash Indians are 4 out of 10. 5 out of 10 are Latinos. And black men are 8 out of 10. We're not talking about the Negro types with afros. We're talking about the confident whitewashed black people. So emotional spikes means bring her emotions to a high point and then repeat it down again to a low point, then rinse it. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's some stupid fucking push pull shit or some kind of like attraction spiking mental bullshit. My students don't do that. So Latinos are like, whitewash Indians are 4 out of 10, Latinos are 5 out of 10. And black men that are confident are 8 out of 10, but not unconfident, just fucking low. Even if you're a confident whitewashed black man, the math still doesn't work without emotional control. So if we were calculating all these scores, if you're white, so if you're not white and you're a minority, if you don't have elite bundle resurrection, guys, I'm not trying to manipulate you here. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. No wonder other dating coaches, you don't see a lot of lay testimonials unless they bang some ugly Filipina or something like that. Some white guy, right? Outside of that, you don't see it very often because that's bullshit. It's not enough points. Make sense? So the emotional bottleneck is why you can't ignore it. The real bottleneck is emotional control. This is the only category where 20 out of 35 system that can go negative for the emotions. That's why so many guys fail. So if your emotional control is at minus 2.5 points, you're starting at a disadvantage. Even if you max out your looks or money or status, you're still gonna fall short. Elite tonality mastery is part of the elite bundle resurrections, and it is the solution to this problem. It helps you from going minus 2.5 to plus 2.5, giving you a 5-point swing and putting you above the 20 out of 35 threshold. Or I can give you 7.5 if you got social skills flow drill and social calibrations. So let's debunk the PUA pill mindset, okay? Oh, let's go after the pickup artists, the other dating coaches, the platform scammers, right? The game, I mean, the global game platform scammers. The PUA pill mindset. The PUA pill is a belief that game alone is enough to succeed with women. You just need more game. Pickup artists who follow this mindset thinks, oh, if they can learn enough lines and routines and DHV stories and self-amusement and push pulls, right? And they could spike her emotions, whatever the fuck that means. You can spike her emotions by your social calibrations. If you can keep your 2.5 points for your 45-degree body language, she gets wet and attracted. So you get seduction and attraction without needing to spike emotions while you're hunching. So that way you can use push pulls and romantic flirt bullshit, which you only pull women back home to use alcohol to escalate hard in the bedroom, which is not something I recommend. That doesn't work. Because if you can keep the body language and the attraction will keep spiking upwards. You don't need to spike it, like he said, BC. So routines and tactics, fuck that. And You don't need to focus on looks, money, or status mixed with game, right? Or some emotional vibing shit, whatever the fuck that means. Oh, you gotta vibe it with her. It's energy game. You gotta vibe it. On the surface, this might seem logical, but after all, game is an active skill that can spark attraction. But in reality, the PUA pill is deeply flawed because game alone is not enough, especially in 2025. You're like, what are you saying, John? Where the fuck are their late testimonials even last year during the inflation with a higher interest rate? It's not there. I got 56 last year. So they have nothing but optics. They stand next to women that they hire from some fucking Craigslist or some modeling shit. And that's supposed to be proof. They stand next to women. That's all they do. They're optics. And they play emotional control. Okay, so and you can see emotional control plays a bigger role. So let's break this down for the math. The PUA pill, right? So here's the calculation for PUA zombies. The sociopathic PUAs, the sheeps, the zombies. Looks, right? Even if their looks were 8 out of 10, right? And he's a good-looking white pickup artist, right? Average height, no major flaws, great face, looks like Chad, 8 points. His money is 0 out of 5 because he dressed like a fuckboy, which is a shitty fashion, dressed like a poor scrub. And he has zero financial stability. He has no money. He's always broke as a joke or in debt a little bit. So that's 8 points plus 0. And status is 10 out of 10. Now they're 18 points. Okay, but their social skills is nothing because they're zombies. They don't even know how to do the social skills flow drill. They'll just make statements, get a short answer, ask a question, short answer, another statement, short answer, question, short answer. I have a boyfriend. She goes away. So his social skills are non-existent because he's a zombie. His brain cannot work in multiple steps. The corpus callosum in the middle, the left and right brain don't connect. So he can't do it. It's like a Pentium 1 or Pentium or like a dual core processor. So far, 18 points. 1 for social calibrations. His body language is not perfect. He's squaring off, but 1. And he's 19 points, right? 19 points. And emotional control is minus 2.5. That's 15.5 points. And even if he has like 1 point for a game, right? It'll be 16.5 points. It's just not enough points. So why does PUA pill fail? Even with a decent starting point, 8 out of looks, and you're 10 for white. The PUA pill followers still fall below the 20-point threshold, ending with 16.5 points. And here's why it fails, because game alone is not enough. Game is only worth 2.5 points in the 20 out of the 35 system. Even if you max out your game score, it won't compensate for weakness in other areas like emotional control and social skills and social calibrations. There's no emotional control either. Emotional control is the foundation for everything else. Without it, you're a zombie. You're not masking your tariffs and your inflation sort of facial expressions. Women can pick up on the nervousness, incongruency, and the zombie flow drill is just no points. And your social calibration is shit. You're squaring off. That's 1 point at best. Optics don't equal results. Many PUA coaches rely on optics, standing next to women, they're taking photos and creating appearance of success. It's like these people, right? Which they're part of the ESPN or something, the basketball. These guys just have to stand next to women and pretend they're shooting at the hoop. And then the sheeps will automatically assume because they're white, they must be good. They don't even pull except to a cab. That's not even a pull. That's white dating coaches. You never see a same day lay from open to sex. That will never happen because they're white, because they're autistic. You don't realize they're autistic. Most PUA coaches can't take women from open to sex. It's just to a cap. That's why other pills score slightly higher. When you look at red pill, they score way higher. Purple pill is like a little bit higher. And so is black pill, not really. But you see that PUA pill is below red pill, which can possibly boost their score. But however, they don't reach the 20 out of 35. At least for status maxing, you have 4 points you can gain. These guys don't have skills because they're zombies. These other dating coaches, they're just fraudsters. They just pretend that they're good at day game and they just do optics. The more optics they do, the more money they make. So the purple pill, right, follows, you might get 17.5 or something. Red pill, you might get 19.5 below 20. It does not get laid. PUA pill, however, is like fucking, like 16 point something or 15 point something. So the solution is elite tonality mastery. As you mentioned, the only way to stop bleeding is to fix the bottleneck, the emotional control. Without emotional control, it's impossible to develop and stop the strong social skills, social calibrations, or game. Programs like elite tonality mastery teaches students how to control their emotions and project confidence through their tonality, and not and they can mask away their zombie traits, improve their body language, and reduce women's cortisol. They can speak with conviction and congruence, creating an attraction naturally. By fixing emotional control, even a PUA pill following person can start to climb out of their 16.5 points range and get more skills. So the PUA pill mindset is deeply flawed because it overestimates the importance of game while neglecting other critical areas like emotional control, social skills, and social calibrations. Even with strong looks and status, a PUA pill follower will fall below the 20-point threshold and will show up in their calculations above. So here's the harsh reality. If you're a white person with your natural status, that's 10 out of 10, and then they have this PUA pill mindset, then imagine you're Asian or Indian, right? You're like 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10, bencho Indian. Your challenges are greater. You're so fucked without me, right? Without developing the critical skills because of long-term consistency, not short-term intensity, for social skills, social calibrations, emotional control, you're fucked. To succeed, you must raise these areas at least 7.5 points. Social skills, social calibrations, emotional control. You combine this with the whitewash husband fashion material, you know, fashion stuff, hairstyle, which enhances your perceived value for looks, money, and status without needing wealth. If you look rich, you don't have to be rich. So that's the thing. That's how you get above 20 out of 35. Programs like Elite Tonality Mastery and Elite 30 for the body language and social skills flow drill are very important if you want to develop these things, right? And both these programs are included in the Elite Bundle Resurrections, which is the ultimate solution for those who's serious about succeeding in day game. In fact, someone already upgraded today to the Elite Bundle Resurrections, a Canadian. If a Canadian can afford it, then why can't you? Just pay the difference from whatever he got. He got Elite 30 before, so he only has to pay the difference, and everything else will be upgraded. He's going to pay in 3 pieces, which is perfectly fine with me. So a London student already gotten laid thanks to the 5-day challenge. So the last 5-day challenge, why waste time with these outdated mindsets and PUA pills? If you're serious about transforming your results, stop relying on the flawed ideologies like PUA pill, or like it was, but John, aren't you a PUA pill? No, I'm a natural pill, right? Like the naturals, right? Yeah, perfect social skills, social calibrations, emotional control, and game. They don't have the perfect game. They have social skills, social calibrations, emotional control, 7.5 points. They're born with it naturally. So that way they need less game. Game is for zombies who are autistic, who cannot do multiple steps with no memory. Because at the end of the day, success is in day game isn't about playing a numbers game. It's about or relying on optics like the other coaches. It's about mastering skill set and not being a zombie by having a memory. The Jewish white student is a case study. For example, he has like he's white, right? And he's half Jewish. So even if with some looks, some height, some race, right? Because he looks like white, so he's not totally white looking, but he's like curly haired Jew and stuff like that. But the thing is that from other dating coaches, he took a boot camp. He did not get laid for a day game. He got laid for night game, but not day game. Night game is like 15 out of 35. So the problem is that my Jewish white student, when he went to white boot camp, I mean, 15 out of 35, you don't need social skills. You don't need emotional control during a nightclub. So that's why it failed him. Direct compliments don't work for day game anymore. It's ridiculous. You're giving your intentions too early. The woman is like full of cortisol because of the tariffs, and she's going to judge you based on your physical appearance. And if she doesn't find you attractive enough, even though you're Chad looking, maybe you're not young and looking anymore, you're kind of old, but Chad, she'll reject you on the spot. And this approach also raises women's cortisol levels because it feels uncalibrated and unnatural in day game settings. Number two, number collecting for flakes, right? The so-called, oh, you gotta get some more leads, right? Okay. It's too late. You missed it. You're spending all this money in movies and eating so much Latino food, right? I'm just saying there could be optimizations for what you do, but I understand. You want to spend time with your fuck buddy from last year, right? Just something to think about, food for thought. Zombie. Number collecting leads to, talking to Marco, number collecting leads to flakes. Collecting numbers without creating emotional investment or connection or body language or social skills, it'll flake. My students don't get flakes, but when they're leveled up, other students get flakes from other coaches. So outdated mystery method tactics. Mysteries like, oh, you need more DHV stories and 10-hour watch time and scheduled dates. Like, shut the fuck up. They rely on these Asperger syndrome stuff. No focus on core skills. White dating coaches didn't teach them like the critical skills of social skills or social calibrations or emotional control. Without these, he navigated, he couldn't navigate the nuance and the dynamic nature of Daygame. So he succeeded for my coaching for Elite Bundle 2, now called Elite Bundle Resurrections. Everything changed. He went from struggling to Daygame to becoming one of the most successful students of 2024. He got 20 lays, including 5 lays in 5 days. And eventually he got like into a relationship with a Ukrainian 8 out of 10. He quit the game and he's spending time with her in a courtship. So number one, drills and repetition. He did more drills than any other student out there in 2024. Right? So, oh, that makes sense. Right? Okay. No, that makes perfect sense. You're a father, so it makes perfect sense. Right? Oops. Yeah, Marco's a father. He's like with his daughter right now. So that's why I said that. I hope you didn't mind me saying that, Marco. But yeah, even a father like him still gets all these lays with my coaching. So as I'm saying, so he did more drills than any other student in 2024. So so and also allows him to internalize his skills. He does not have a working memory because he has a traumatic brain injury. He hit his head on a sink, right? And then he can't remember shit. But because he kept doing the drills, he was able to execute them subconsciously. Body language drills. He mastered the 45-degree body language, reduces the women cortisol, and got them wet. Whitewash tonality. He'd been practicing the whitewash tonality a lot. He was able to get 2 lays in 1 day or 5 lays in 5 days in a row. Social skills flow drill. He learned how to create emotional investment, engagement on the fly, avoiding the zombie flow drill of statements and questions that lead to short answers. He also used the arrow science because he could maneuver, sexualize, and objections looping. I think because he's Jewish or part Jewish, he's smart. He can do the social, he can do the arrow science. If he was all white and he's not in a Latin shithole country, he cannot do like a same day lay. Most white people cannot because of the mystery method. It's a mind virus. So he did so many same day lays. And white dating coaches, they never done it before. They only end in a cap. So mastering the first principles, he focused on the core fundamentals of Daygame: social skills, social calibrations, emotional control, and rejecting outdated methods. No fucking compliments, no mystery method shit. And that's the importance of consistency, right? Instead of short-term intensity, it's long-term consistency. And day game is a skill-based activity. Without consistent practice, even the best students will see their results decline. That's why other coaches fails because they just use optics. They stand next to women, and that's all they need these days. You never see them from open to sex for day game. It's just end in the cab, whatever that means. Unless he's fucking in the back of the cab, it doesn't count. Optics might sell boot camps, but they don't produce real results for his students. So, like I said, first principles, right? All these things matter. Night game is 15 out of 35. Tinder is 12 out of 35. Just be white, you get 10 points. 2 points text game, get laid. Easy. Good pictures, right? Some looks. Day game requires 20 out of 35. This means you can't rely on looks or status alone. And you need skills to bridge the gap. And that's the thing. Even though he was white, he was tall, he was decent looking, it wasn't enough when he took another white dating coach boot camp. The hybrid opener in aero science works. My system of maneuver, sexualized objections looping is far superior to outdated methods like direct compliments or number collecting shit. Consistency is key. Day game is a skill that requires ongoing practice. The best students will lose their edge if they stop training. So this example proves that success in day game isn't about passive looks or height or race or some shit or PUA pill shit, right? My Jewish white student couldn't even succeed in day game until he mastered the first principles of social skills, social calibrations, and emotional control. And he can do the aero science. He's like, most of his lays are same day lays. He never actually learned that you can't do that. He because he didn't read the mystery method or he never heard of RSD, right? So he just only knew how to do same day lays. So hello, just dropping by, right? This is a great series. Thank you very much, right? And thank you for getting the update to the Elite Bundle Resurrections, right? I hope you're enjoying the course so far. If you have time to watch it, right? You're gonna watch it 3 or 4 times in a row, right? For every video. My students are doing that. In case people don't have a good memory, you want to be so good that you can even teach me that what's inside the videos, okay? And don't teach any of your wingmen or any other people, right? Fuck them. But yeah, thank you for getting this. I'm look forward to training you on the second payment, right, for Elite Access. I look forward to seeing your future late testimonials. So, having said that, so if you're not serious about transforming your results, programs like Elite Tonality Mastery or Elite 30, see, you see, even with Elite 30 today, right, is not enough because your facial expressions might be incongruent. If they're incongruent and you mix it with the body language, right, you need to fix the facial expressions and the congruency with the body language in order to hide and mask the cortisol. So that's the thing. Elite Bundle Resurrection is a solution. In fact, students are already upgrading right now, right? So a Canadian student, as I wrote here, that's him over there. And the London student recently got laid thanks to the 5-day challenge last time. Great series. Why waste time struggling with outdated methods, right? When my programs works, because at the end of the day, success in day game isn't about playing numbers game or relying on optics for other coaches. It's about skills that you genuinely makes you attractive. So the emotions is actually the bottleneck. We already gone over all the variables, right? Red pill, black pill, right? PUA pill, purple pill. And there's no score even with a white guy right now during a tariff that will get them laid without being lucky, without the emotions fixed. So first principles, as you realize, there is no numbers game. And the flakiness is just below the 20 out of 35. So looks aren't enough, money isn't enough. All these other stuff is not enough. Direct approach fails, and also there's no numbers game. Outdated methods don't address the real problem, right? There's no workable calculations without emotions. Let's play some of the testimonials of the Jewish white student. He has 20 lays right now. So we're just gonna randomly watch it, okay? So I did not put all the testimonials. I didn't have enough time. I only finished writing this script for today right before I was on here. Just 1 hour I finished it. Then I had to take a shower. So let's just see. Thank you for making these. So let's okay. You can see I still have my memory, right? I still remember these things. Even though I'm older now, I'm still quite sharp. So I haven't lost my memory yet because I haven't experienced financially or anything like that the loser effect. I haven't lost my mind. I still get all these things done. So uh I'm just gonna randomly pick some of the testimonials from the Jewish white student. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down. Whatever I find, I'm just gonna play. Okay, I don't know what order they are. We're just gonna play a few and then we're gonna move on. Files. All right, here's some of them. Okay, uh, his fourth lay, his ninth lay. Let's just go. Let's just play the ninth lay. See what he has to say. He has 20 lays.
Today's May 27th. Recording another
2024.
May, hosting May. Going to his house and seeing it. Actually, It's like hour we're sleeping together. So I wanted to record this video. And again, just now it's the third lay in 3 days. As a matter of fact,
Yeah, so that's the third lay in 3 days. He has 5 lays in 5 days. So this is number 9.
just another video, another point for anyone watching. You know, trying to decide what to do when we're going. One more video for you to watch, and maybe pull the trigger for yourself and for your life. Your better future. Just fucking do it. I don't know what else to say. So that's all I have to say. And wish you all the best of luck. And especially Coach John. You know, you're gonna have that.
So that's number 9. Let's look for another one. Okay. I put the number of what lay it was. Oh, here's a black student with 100 lays. Let's see. Yeah.
Hi guys. Fortunate. And you've kind of start recording since the last time. So the last time I made a testimony, talk about how thanks to the journey game and the deleted, I was basically able to have a threesome and created 4 girlfriends at the same time. And I want this time to give you an update of on things that have been happening since. First, I wanted to say that for a while, I didn't talk to John for a while because I let those things of the last time get to my head. And I was not being teachable anymore. I was not listening anymore to the things he was saying, he was telling me. So I got kicked out of the program, sadly. But recently I came back to give him an update. And in the last 3 months, since the last time I was in the program, I was basically able to get 3 more results. And I had approximately 10 more lays, 3 months. And at the moment, I wanted to kind of point out on the things that really make Johnny different as a coach. Because
I think he's coaching other people now. So I don't endorse him, but my student results and his student results are different. So we all are by our own merits. That's all I gotta say. But I didn't know he was gonna be a coach, but it's kind of cool. But he's got some students laid.
it's such a long time. Because myself, I think most great have to take it because it's one of the lifetime type of genius when it comes to eating.
If I wanted him to join my company right now, he'll change his last name to Elite tomorrow and join my company if I wanted to. So he has 100 lays now under my coaching. So he's like 6 foot something. Black dude. And he's fucked like Ukrainians, he's fucked Russians and what? Oops. Huh.
That no one knows me to
I didn't let him join the inner circle. So back in. All right, hey Marco.
fix the time. Spending money on dates. Tickets. Money. So at the same time. Good mind. That's a just me would have she's almost pretty much money at this point. I would say that
Yeah, this testimonial, right? I didn't even know I had it. So we're playing it. This is the first time anyone's ever heard it before. So you got so many threesomes, right? You got like four girlfriends or something, or a couple like 3 or 4 threesomes, something like who knows. But it's typical, right? It's not like a lot of students got even more than threesomes. Even the Chinese guy with 15 lays, he also got a foursome or something. The other white guy got a fivesome. So Daygame, not Tinder, not seeking arrangements.
to have a good care really improve when you use the new system because if you just access this bit of bank account, it's cheaper because it becomes big days. Because if by whereas if the candidate feels 1 year, 365 days of talking to him on the phone every single day, where you can give advice and adjust what you need to hear step by step, day by day. And it's really better than that when it comes to coaching. Guys, let me tell you.
In case people say, "Oh no, John trained you to this guy," right? Listen, I train a lot of people. I train coaches that work for UMP. That short little Filipino guy who's 5'4". That's my student, right? Using my skills, and then they just took him as a coach, thinking that is not their skills, it's my skills, stolen valor. But he's a good student, good social skills. But I still think that's kind of stolen valor. If I didn't teach him, he wouldn't be at that level. I've also taught people that are tall, self-proclaimed high leg count coaches, like one of their coaches. like this tall guy who's like 6'7". I've taught many other people that are coaches. So don't feel bad or feel like, oh yeah, you're gonna insult this guy and say, look, John taught you. It doesn't fucking matter. Everyone has to learn from somebody. I learned from my Pakistani mentor.
I have a good these guys want people to the counts and stuff like that. Those guys basically are just trying to say, hey, make money from you because if the camp will not do anything for a game, really. It won't. It is just make it up to make a long lasting change. And that's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to say. Also, besides that, you have so many guys who are going for coaches that are not really of the same stereotype as them. If you are a short or an Asian or a black guy, you have no business learning from a tall white guy, really, because those guys are just basically vibing in, using the value to kind of just vibe in and just see what happens. Whereas with the journalist system, the journalist gaming style, you literally have to build the skill. You can't rely on your passive value, really. And you really have to know all the subtleties. When to talk to the girl, why are you talking to the girl? When can you escalate? When can you actually pull? And how to overcome obstacles, how to see people, how to sexualize. That's very important. And those are things that I learned.
Neuroscience.
Big difference. By this point, more than 60 days with John.
At this time it's 60, right? But right now in 2025 it's 100 lays.
Working with him. And I really have to say that it's the best investment I ever made. Best investment I ever made. After more than 18 years in this community learning game. This is the best investment I ever made. So guys, if you don't take the coaching job, you pretty much feel like strong because there's no question he's the best. It's a no-brainer. Really. And to me, any 30 at that price is cheap.
Yeah, fuck the PUA pill, right? Because he was using PUA pill and it stopped working and he got stuck. So when he learned skills, right, look what happens.
It's extremely cheap to have access in every single thing. System is brain and it's not thinking. It's a genius at this thing. So guys, if you have the opportunity, go and train with John. It's a no-brainer, really. And really, what I wanted to say, I almost forgot. It goes beyond the pickup because I was kind of stuck with my family who's kind of narcissistic, right? My parents are very narcissistic. And I had to basically let John really kind of punching out of my sleeping state and set myself up from there and being able.
Yeah, it's good that he's able to be independent and stuff. A lot of good things happen in his life because of me. So he still wants to learn from me, of course. But I keep saying no because I don't teach coaches anymore. So let's see. Another Jewish white student. Let me just find another testimonial. Where did I leave all of them? Oh, here's Marco's testimonial. Here's the Italian testimonial. I'm just scrolling down. Where the fuck did I leave all the testimonials? Okay, so here's the lay picks. Okay, I don't get it. So my drive, files. Okay, that's the 9th lay. Here's the 4th lay. Where's all the other ones? Here's number 4.
Today's recording the testimonial for Talit. Wrote out for your testimonial for John. Because I had the leg, Sunday leg, yesterday.
Same delay.
Her stay alone, both her and the captain stay with her there. Suggested going back to her place. She's up for it. And yeah, we slept together at her place and it's about 10 walk from the go that out. So all in all, it was less than an hour. And yeah, according to the video for John. For people watching to maybe get some inspiration and take John on as your coach because I had some sporadic results before, but they built a building and said it before, I'll say it again. John's such a dedicated coach. He knows the system. He has a system that works. And just put the work in, and you're going to start seeing some results for yourself. And that's really all I got. So 4 days in a row now, they're recording the same message, and just go for it. Go for it, man. Take a plunge, take yourself on, and give yourself the gift of working on yourself in a way that's going to give you the things that you want now, today, future.
Oh, I see. All the testimonials are down here. So I gotta keep scrolling downwards, right? Because there's too many fucking lay pics in my Google Drive. It's almost all filled with lay pics from the students, and I can't even post half the stuff on my blog. You see that? If a white guy like this could not do day game from other coaches, then here's more of them. So we'll just pick a random one, okay? So number 9, how's that? Number 7, 8, 9, right? That's like having like 5 lays in 5 days. Let's play this one.
Here's 4.
2024.
Play the game. Tonight. 4 chips. Approached her. Going for a walk. Conversation. Her. Tonight. Again. That's her place. That's nice. Switch on now for 6 months. I really can't say I'm coaching before we get a coach. And this system is not complicated. It requires practice, drills consistently,
Drills,
and you're gonna get results.
skills.
But they were watching these, and it's hard to believe that it's real, it's true, or that you can have the same kind of results for yourself if you get committed to try and to do his program. And I'm here to tell you that yes, you can have deep results, and you just need to stop sitting on the sidelines watching and just plunge, make the investment in yourself, make the investment towards your goals that really matter to you, and put the time in. Make it a commitment to yourself to learn John's program, his system. And it's not like you're not going to be putting any work. You're going to have to put in effort.
Are you kidding me? Have you seen the other videos? Students have gotten married and stuff. Like, many students have gotten married already. The guy with 15 lays or something is not about like just getting lays. This guy already like quit the game. He's with a Ukrainian that's 8 out of 10. He's already quit it because he's with her during the courtship right now. The other guy with 15 lays, a Chinese guy, he's already married an actress that he fucked. 15 lays, 5 models, 5 white girls, 2 actresses. The Italian guy has a fuck buddy. He quit the game for her, the 8th lay. Does that make sense? And all the other students, you saw the London guy, right? The guy, I showed the other testimonials, right? To the other guys, his girlfriend, they quit the game for it. So they do it all the time. They get girlfriends too. And you saw that black guy with 100 lays, right? That guy has like many girlfriends. He has like 4 girlfriends at the same time. So it's not just about lays. That's ridiculous. This thing, you can do anything with my system, even get married and procreate. So let's see.
But you're going to get out what you put in. And I'm just encouragement for some people out there. Just John is the best of the best. He's as dedicated as they come. And he wants you to have these results. But you need to take the first step. And each step after that, he's going to be there to support you along the way. But just take that step.
So that's number 7. Remember, these are not been released before. Let's hear number 8. Okay.
Today is May 25th. And I'm recording this video testimonial for John Elite.
May 25th, 2024.
We're at a play from Daygame. And this is the second in the last 2 days. And the situation was, I met this woman.
Okay, so this is the second, like 2 for 2, right? It's gonna be 5 for 5. So does the system require absolute execution and achieve delay, or is there room for error? You want to be 20 out of 35. You should rewatch this entire video. You need to actually have skills to get that lay. If you don't level up completely and you try to do it your way, and then you're a zombie, you're like, excuse me real quick, I have a question. I was looking for a place called Zara, I can find it. Oh, by the way, something about you. And you're talking super fast, you won't get laid. If you don't get the points for social skills, flow drill down without a memory. If you don't have a body language down, you forget because you don't drill it down because you're a zombie, you won't get laid. If you have emotional problem talking fast, you won't get laid. No matter how much game you use, is not enough. Watch this entire video.
Where I'm staying yesterday, and he went for a walk on the beach today, and started kissing on the beach, and we're back to the place, the hostel.
I got some food, so I got some fried chicken. So my roommate brought this in for me, so I'm gonna eventually eat, but I'm gonna play as many as I can before we go. Just take elite, like bundle resurrections and upgrade. If you have elite 30 or elite bundle 1. Look, I don't feel like pitching, right? The students' results speaks for themselves. Who the fuck has like fucking 4 girlfriends and 4 threesomes or something like that, 100 lays or and this guy has 20 lays from last year, and he's already quit the game to be in a courtship with a Ukrainian 8 out of 10, while the Italian, like every single student, like that are good, the superstars, that they already like. There's even other students married too. Actually, I can show you. So
That's how it all went down. And I'm making this video because, look, I just made a video already. But another one, I feel like it's deja vu. And I'm just going to say again what I said before, which is that John is the best out there when it comes to day game. And his dedication is unparalleled. So this is just one more reason for you to get off your...
isn't that weird? I have not posted his video testimonials yet because most people would ignore it. They'll just look at me like I'm crazy. But we can play it here. It'll be fine.
ass. And so just watching videos online like these, actually take action in your life and go out and start getting results for yourself. And I know there are fears that might be holding you back, like fear that you might fail, the fear that you're not going to be enough, or the fear that you have to deal with rejection. You will. You have to deal with all those things. And the question is it worth it for you to go through that and have results for yourself? And you're going to be working with John, who is there every step of the way to support and give his experience, his wisdom, and his proven system that you can't fail. You're just going to put in the work and you're going to succeed. So without rambling anymore, closing, I will say, go out, do the thing with John.
Yeah, work with me.
Make it happen. Get some results for yourself.
Like I don't know how to market to you guys, right? I'm not a marketer. I'm a dating coach. Right? Marketers are all the other white coaches. I don't know how to do their fancy marketing shit and get everyone to a boot camp and use optics and whatever the fuck. I get people late. And their student results for my students, right? They can do things other dating coaches cannot do. Same day lay over and over. Get like multiple girlfriends. And some students are married.
Start making videos like me. See you on the other side.
So this is number 8. Let's see that. I cannot get out of this screen. 8. Let's play number 9.
Today is May 27th, and I'm recording another video that's not Charlie. I just relay.
Yeah, same day lay. This Jewish white guy can do same day lays, right? No other white dating coach can do it.
At the first house that's in yet. Actually, now we're sitting together. So, wanted to record this video, and again, just now it's the third lay in 3 days, as a matter of fact.
Third lay in 3 days, so that's the 3 for 3.
Just a video for a point for anyone watching. You know, you're trying to decide what to do when you think for John. Just one more video for you to watch, and maybe pull the trigger for yourself and for your life, your better future. Just fucking do it. I don't know what else to say. So that's all I have to say. And wish you all the best of luck, especially if you go with John. I have that.
Let's hear what number 10 is. Okay. All right. Number 10.
Today is May 28th.
So this is near the end of the month. He's already getting one lay after another. How many lays now?
It's not over John Reed. It's the right one that I'm recording. John. As I had a lay, Sunday lay, yesterday, May Daygame, and
So 4.
today, and stay alone with her, stay with her there. Suggested going back to her place, and she was up for it. And yeah, we got together at her place, and it's about a 10-minute walk from the deck that we met at. So all in all, it was less than an hour. And yeah, it's recording another video for John. For people watching to maybe get some inspiration and take John on as your coach, because you know I had some sporadic results before, but they've really been building. And said it before, I'll say it again.
Yeah, sporadic results was from night game or some Tinder shit, like most white people. But not day game.
It's just a coach knows the system, how the system works. You know, just put the work in and start to yourself.
So the question you're asking, right, is it has to be exact? Yes, because you have to be changeable. Because this student, he'll fuck up the first 2 practices, and the number 3, he'll do it exactly. He just naturally does that. If you take like over 50 times to change, and you don't change because you're a zombie, because you have cortisol destroying your memory, your loser effect, and skinny fat, then you should not expect to get laid. But if he can change in 3 attempts, it took a little bit longer later on. So
And that's all I got. So 4 days in a row now. They're recording same message. And
4 for 4.
go for it. For it. Punch so far. So of working himself away from one out today, nature.
Okay, so number 11. This should be the number 5 of fifth lay. So let's hear it.
Today is May 29. Give me another.
So that other one's 28. This is 29th. Fifth lay, 5 for 5.
Beat. Yesterday, another single lay. Met a woman walking the park essentially, and exchanged info. Later, met for dinner.
No flakes.
And invited her back to my place. Suggested going back to my place. She was up for it. And yeah, took her home. So it's 5 days now, 5 in a row that I've been recording video testimonials for John. So it's not going to be a 6th because I'm going to be going on another adventure now. But we'll be done with it. But wanted to get this video out.
Yeah, he's not going to do more than 5 lays. He has to travel somewhere else. He wants to, go somewhere else and do some activity. So he's going to have to stop. 5 lays in 5 days. The drills.
Shared same thing I've been sharing yesterday, last 5 days, which is that John is a great coach, incredibly dedicated, and just get off your ass and do the thing, man. Just do the thing. That's all I got to say. He will.
So that's number 11. What's number? Let's see here. 11. Okay, number 15, number 20. Okay, so there's a lot of testimonials here. Let's just pick next one. Germany, like some German chick. So oh, here's the blonde one. He's had a courtship with. He's already out of the game.
I'm recording this video testimonial from 40 late that I had this morning. I met one in the middle class, and the class I approached her. We started conversation, talked some time, got her number. The next day, we met again, and I took her back to my place. And she's Eastern European, 8 out of 10, very attractive.
She's Ukrainian, 8 out of 10. He's with her right now. They're traveling together. He's quit the game for her, this woman. So
As sort of possible, I've been going with. And for any skeptics out there, this is what recording video for. It's to record video for because it's recording this video now. And I really want to encourage you to take action for yourself because I know what it feels like to think this is not possible. I can't do this. I'm not enough. The reality is you are. And John is going to push you. He's going to help you. He's going to be there for you. And I'm just telling you right now, you don't even know what's possible for yourself. So just take the step. You don't need to take 10 steps right now. Just take one step. Reach out to John, set up a call. No obligation for you, right? And take a step yourself, like I did, blindly. And I'm telling you, you won't regret it. You won't regret it one bit.
So that's the, let's see, that's the next one. German woman.
So one thing that I not mentioned in the testimonial is that this happened in July 2024. And
This is German woman.
German, but in her 20s. And that's all I have to say. Brad, hope you enjoyed the testimonial. And I hope you take action on this. Because
So here's the original Germany one. German woman.
this video testimonial was for John Olate for a May Daygame. I met the woman in a class that she was teaching. After the class, we talked and had some light snack, some tea, and we made plans to meet the following day, following evening, and had dinner. After dinner, I took her back to my place, and that's what happened. So I recorded a number of these for John, and the message that I give is always the same. And I don't know if anyone watched these or not, to be honest, but if you're someone who does watch
Oh, they do watch it, actually. They're watching it and they're in the 5-day challenge. I don't even remember all these, but okay, that's great. I mean, 20 lays, he could have got more than 20. I would try to push him to 100, but he quit after 20.
themselves, but understanding what type self. And you might see these results and think, well, someone else can have that. It's amazing. But I can't have that. I'm not enough. Or this is impossible for me. So I again just want to encourage you, if you are watching these, that this is all possible for you.
They are watching it.
It doesn't mean it's going to be for them. But it is very possible. I can tell from my own experience that I've regret so much, so bad, John. And for results that I've had, I would not have been able to believe. So take this message, take action. It's the only thing for you to do is just take a first step. Because the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Right now, that's the only step you have to take. Don't worry about the rest. Just trust the process. Trust John. And know that you're making an investment in yourself that you'll be grateful for the rest of your life. Over now.
Imagine you're resistant with my coaching, and then this guy's not resistant. He just collects all the lays. He's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a zombie." Right. So number 15. There's too many of them. I gotta eat the fried chicken.
Today is just 4th. Wording is no testimonial for challenge.
So this is end of the year for the 2024.
Something I was on. What happened was one of the things I approached. Yeah, so 2 colleagues. They were get together and like that join me. We took what we're supposed to do, which is should come and we talked and continued on some other things together. And we went back to my place. That is how this all went down. I am just grateful for John's coaching and the success that I've had coaching with him. I want all of you listening to be able to experience these results too. So I'm making this testimonial again. And I hope that you will take action. Take action. Stop. Take action. You listen how I emphasize the drills that John gives. And to continue to drill down the basics of the drills, she'll learn all about coaching with him.
Yeah, drills are very important. So, by emotions, you mean no? I mean, when you ask a question like that, it means you don't know what emotions are. When you get triggered, that's called feelings, right? Putting your hand on the stove is feelings. Depression is a feeling. Emotions are like happy, sad, shocked, embarrassed, right? Empathy. There's a many different emotions. There's like over 20 different emotions or 30 different emotions, right? But most of you guys don't feel it because you have alexithymia, which is a lack of emotional intelligence or emotional blindness. That's why you asked me that.
One more time. Take some action for yourself.
The facial expressions can access some emotions if you're congruent. But other than that, that's the only point of reference you guys have. That's why I call it elite tonality mastery. You guys don't understand the emotional intelligence that goes beyond that. That's a different level. Okay, so that's number 15. Let's see, number 17th lay.
I this was house. I invited her to my room. Curious conversation. Had sex. Art. This is another testimonial to John Cook.
I got 8, so it's number 18.
This video testimonial was recorded on January 31st, 2025. I had a sick day, right?
So this is 2025 this year. So
I was walking back towards my hotel, and a woman, she was walking back towards her hotel. Shortly after having a conversation with her on the street, I invited her back to mine, and we talked outside for some time before going back into mine. And what I want to say in this testimonial is, again, to communicate how unique John's coaching is, how much he will transform through his coaching, and to encourage you to take the elite bundle too. And I know that's challenging with inflation, with the economy, but now is the time not to be fearful and not to stop your progress or to not take action. It's the time to double down on it, to set yourself apart from other people. This is how you set yourself apart from other men, by taking the step towards the future that you want, that you desire. So keep going, Code for John. You won't regret it.
okay, so that's one lay. He also got 2 lays in one day. So that's number 18. So number 19 and 20. This is his last 2. And after that, he quit the game. And he told me that he wants to be with the Ukrainian. He doesn't want to continue the coaching. He likes everything, but he didn't take the lifetime membership with the inner circle. And I was like, fuck. But it's okay. I just told him that if he gets married, to make another video testimonial. So
This testimonial is from John Owen. There's February 6th, 2025. I lay from the I met the woman at a restaurant. She was a waitress there. We chatted briefly. And he's to my place. And another one of his videos for John. Just another voice, another reminder, another encouragement to you who's listening. Take action today. Take action. Don't procrastinate. You want to imagine the life you want to live, who you want to be. You know that John is good for you. It's there, but you're there. You can't imagine it now, maybe. Try. Maybe Elite Bundle 2. We're showing best program.
Elite Bundle Resurrections now is updated. So number 20, this is the very last one that I can play with this student. There's many more students. I have endless, right? Like the whole fucking Google Drive is nothing but lay testimonials and lay pics. Like it's so full, right? I'm like 94% full right now. I put another video, I cannot put any more. So number 20.
This is our testimonial for Elite. This February 6th, 5.
February 6th, right? So it's a couple months back.
I had not one but two plays again.
Too late.
Yeah, the second play was a secret play. Morning. It's in the best house, I can tell. And there was a woman there. She was with two men. And he was just leaving a motorcycle with one of the men. And approached the three of them. And told him, hey, your girlfriend's so beautiful. And he laughed. He said, oh no, this is my brother-in-law. Or, sorry, my brother. And we chatted for a bit. She gave me her contact. And then later in the evening, she messaged me, said she wanted to meet. So we met. We went to my place. And that's how it went. And again, just another one of these reminders, another one of these voices telling you to take action. This result might sound unbelievable. You have 2 lays in one day from Daygame.
2 lays in one day.
Just go and talk to them.
Hear that?
Strangers in the street. Go and talk to people.
2 lays in one day.
2 lays in one day. Unbelievable. 2 lays in one day. Unbelievable. 2 lays in one day. Unbelievable. 2 lays in one day. From Daygame. Still going and talking to people. Strangers in the street. It's all possible. I'm telling you. I'm here to tell you. I'm learning this message for you. It's all possible for you. You need to take action. You need to code with John. And it won't always be easy. I'm not going to lie. Keep going. You can't imagine what's possible for you. I promise.
2 lays in one day. Then he just quits. And that's it. End of his term. He did not renew. Don't even get me started with students who are married and stuff. I got lots of them. So I gotta get something to eat, but I'll just have to finish this very soon. Oh, here's his marriage testimonial. Okay, here's a guy who got married.
Things just have to get some, especially as an age. No, it's not something that comes after. I think it's after high school and stuff. Or even if there was, it's falls to your lap. You have to take active measures to get your problems fixed. You know what it is with these guys this time? It's not even like lack of confidence. It's not even for God knows we don't have for things. We don't mind doing random things like cold things. I think a lot of it to for like a skill. Dating, it's all about tonalities and the vibe that you can convey to the girl.
Tonality.
This is so important. It's not about whether you feel confident. It's not about what you think is good. What you think is good means absolutely nothing in regards to your success or failure in dating. It's all about how you come across to the girl. As if like they had a camera, you're performing in front of camera. It's all about like how you're actually
masking it.
So what I'm saying is this: you don't know what you're doing. And you don't want to start for years and years. You know, I mean, it's good for your spirits, good for your aura to like bang your head against the wall and not give up. But if you want results quickly, you got to just learn from John because nobody else is teaching on these topics. There's no other dating coach even touching on this stuff. Like, come on. These guys like Todd Harris, or a dime a dozen. They all say the same stuff that doesn't work if you actually do cold approach. You actually like are out there hustling in the zone. You know it doesn't work. You know it doesn't work. You need to get faded hair. You need to dress well. You need to have tonality. Everything he says is correct. You literally just need to follow his advice. And I promise you, you're gonna get results. Happily married. Now I'm on the grind to get money. You're gonna get results. Happily married. Now I'm on the grind to get money. So you're gonna get results. Happily married. Now I'm on the grind to get money. So you're gonna get results. Happily married. Now I'm on the grind to get money. So
Married.
Shit about all this stuff. Parents stuff anymore. I got that aspect taken care of. It's harder for you guys. Just get this aspect taken care of so you can move on to bigger and better things. That's what life is all about. Leveling up. It's gotta level up. Move on to bigger and better things.
He's not the only student who got married. Many of them got married and procreated. So if that were the case, right, then we broke down every scenario and the conclusion is clear. There's no workable calculations during the 2025 tariff where you get laid without elite bundle resurrections for elite tonality mastery. There's no other way. You can try to calculate it, but how? Without it, the best looks, the money or status, it won't save you. Emotional control is the foundation, and you need to start masking away the zombiness. Slow down your speech and project a calm confidence. Mask anxiety and nervousness and root rotting behavior. Reduces women's cortisol, makes them feel very comfortable around you. And without emotional control, you're stuck in a cycle of rejection, frustration, and wasted efforts. And the only way to master this is through the elite tonality mastery, which is included with the elite bundle resurrections. So, how elite tonality mastery fixes the bottleneck? Elite tonality mastery, part of the elite bundle resurrections, is the solution to this problem. And it takes you from 2.5 points above when you were minus 2.5 points, giving you a big advantage. If you mix it with social skills and social calibrations, that's 7.5 points. And without this, you have no chance. So that's the thing. Once you fix your emotional control, the next step is social calibrations. That's where Elite 30 comes in. And that's part of the Elite Bundle Resurrections to fix your eye contact, your nonverbal communications, your 45-degree body language, which reduces cortisol from women instead of squaring off and saying, I love your style, and then getting rejected to hell and back. Or social calibrations is 2.5 points. Without it, you'll be stuck. And that's where Elite 30 comes in. In the social skills flow drill, you can learn from the elite access and a little bit of elite 30. And without this, you're going to be robotic. You won't have the social skills flow drill, getting her talking more. And then when she talks more, she'll be funneled and looking at your body language, which gets her wet. And that's the thing. It's not about making random statements or short questions. It's about creating a natural flow that keeps the conversation alive. So here's the thing. If you want to stop the bleeding and fix the emotions, elite tonality mastery is the foundation. It's a 21-day challenge, which is still going to be filmed, but it teaches you how to slow down your speech and eliminate pauses. And you adopt a whitewash tonality that reduces xenophobia and the fear and dislike of other people's culture in women. And once you master the emotional control, elite 30, the social skills flow drill, and social calibrations will help you together to build the next piece. And here's the thing though, Elite Bundle Resurrections, stop the bleeding before it's too late. This is your chance to join. This is day 3. After day 5, there's going to be no more discount. And the most comprehensive and proven day game system ever created. Who has students that are married, students that have over 20 lays or 100 lays, getting 4 girlfriends at the same time and 4 threesomes? Or they have 4 sums and 5 sums. For today only, you can get it for $935. So that's above the price of the last time, which is $900. I shouldn't even give you at this price. I was going to go higher, but I decided to show a little bit of mercy. And the price you'll never see again in the future. If I ever do another challenge, it's going to be above $950 or more. And then it's going to be 1,000 something. So in the future, the price will go up significantly. It'll be 1,200 after after August, and 1,400 after November. So if you don't take action now, you're setting yourself up for failure. This summer is coming, or it's already here actually, is May, is the summer. So if you don't start approaching now, you're going to experience more cortisol buildup. That cortisol will create an accumulative effect, leaving you stuck in a downward spiral. The longer you wait, the harder it will be to come back. You rot further and you'll stop approaching altogether. You'll turn MGTOW. And this is your moment to stop the bleeding and to break free from the cycle of inaction. So that's the thing. It's the most comprehensive system for day game without bootcamp. Elite Bundle Resurrections includes the first principles of day game for social skills, social calibrations, and emotional control. And these are skills unlocked with consistent results, no matter how you look like for your looks, money, or status, as long as you got the skills. Elite tonality mastery fixes the emotional bottleneck that holds men back. Learn how to how to slow down your speech, how to project confidence and bypass women's defenses. And without this, the math doesn't work. You're relying on luck or playing a numbers game. Proven success with 661 laid-in poll testimonials for pickup. Fuck Tinder testimonials. It doesn't count. This isn't just theory. It's a system that has already transformed lives. Students who follow the system see results, including same-day lays, building rotations, and finding high-value girlfriends, and even getting married and procreating. Today's price is $935. This is the lowest price you'll see for Elite Bundle Resurrections. The price will always go up in the future, and I might even remove the golden ticket entirely if no one gets it. So if you wait, you'll pay more. So what is the golden ticket? So if you can't afford the Elite Bundle Resurrections today, you can always get a $5 golden ticket. I can always give you a bonus course, a small course, Elite Day Game First Steps booklet, or Elite Focus for Day Gamers, one or the other. But I don't have to give you anything. They're just bonuses. This is not what I'm selling. It's just a way of coupon code to lock in the future discount because it'll have your name on it, your email for PayPal. It'll have a special code. There's 40 of them and is in gold color. It's like the Willy Wonka, the golden ticket. So when the price is raised to 1,200 or $1,400, you can still get a $200 discount or a $300 discount, and it'll still be more affordable. So let me be clear: if you don't have the golden ticket, right, for $5, go to my sales letter, write the word golden ticket. I can't help you. So the summer is here. So if you don't start approaching now, the cortisol buildup will rot you further, root rot. The longer you wait, the harder it is to become a good day gamer, and you can't come back if you become a zombie. You'll stop approaching. Eventually, you'll turn entirely megged out. $935 is temporary. This price is for today and for the next 2 days. After day 5, it'll go up. After this, the price goes up, and you'll never see this low price again. The future price will be higher. So right now, like I said, it'll rise to 1,200 or 1,400 at November without the golden ticket. I don't care about the golden ticket. I just need an excuse to see who raises their hands. No more excuses. No more rotting away. Have some resilience. And this is your chance to join. So whenever you invest in the full bundle today, start with a golden ticket. Or you can actually, if you have Elite 30, you just have to pay the difference. That's all I'm saying. This is a solution to getting all these lays for $935. You're getting the most comprehensive system on the market. This price won't last. If you can't afford the full bundle today, get the Elite Day Game, Elite Bundle Resurrections golden ticket. It's only $5. At least I know you're not fucking around. So don't wait until the price skyrockets. Like, oh yeah. Remember, you snooze, you lose. So click the link in the description. Grab something right now today. I'm gonna go eat some fried chicken. And yeah, let's see. Do you have a favorite student testimonial? I can't think of any off the top of my head. There's just too many of them, right? So after the same day lay, you see the girl second time to do it. Yeah, exactly. Do you have to do 45? No, you don't. But you probably want to keep a good body language. But they already fucked you. So if you fuck twice or something, if you just finger her, right, it's like you cross over the border, and then you have to go back, right? But if you fucked her, at least you get citizenship. If you fucked her twice. And then, yeah, I hope that makes sense. Then you don't have to worry about that. You just have to keep fucking until she becomes a girlfriend. So I hope that answers your questions. Whoever did not sign up, let me look at my email. Whoever is dumb enough not to sign up today, you're going to lose out. So let's see here. I already have a new student today, but I need an army. So right now, I don't see too many people signing up. I don't know what objections you have right now. I don't know. Money, whatever. Like you get a discount right now and it's not going to go any lower. I don't offer discounts. I never offered discounts in my life, but I wanted to help everyone. So even if you pay in 3 pieces, I'm okay with it. You can do a financing plan. I have nothing else to say. So if you're not convinced after all those testimonials, let me throw another fucking like 20 of them at you, brand new, tomorrow or something. So yeah, I gotta look it over and then just like censor their voices or their faces and then I'll play them. But there's a lot of new ones you've never heard before. So what are you waiting for? What the fuck? Right? Oh, I got money. Yeah, you don't be a zombie, right? Don't be a root rotting zombie. The reason why you have money problems is because of ADHD. You don't finish your task, you gaslight yourself, you take away from the emotional bank account, you get the 4 traits of delusions, half-assing it, you become more lazy, you do the wrong decision, it blows up in your face and you quit. Don't be that zombie. Don't turn into a zombie. Be half human, half zombie. Train here. That's all I gotta say. I have some fried chicken, and I'm gonna scarf down that fucking fried chicken. Right? So I got some Mary Brown's fried chicken. I try that shit. See if it's any good. So, anyways, that's all I gotta say. And yeah, see you in the next video, 4 p.m. or something, or 4:15 on Filipino time. A little bit late, you know. And then I'll see you then. I'll write the script sometime tonight and tomorrow morning and right before the next class. All right. Thank you for the questions. The last day, your questions have improved the script for today. I like to keep it flexible. I don't want to write like 5 scripts in a row and then I want to adapt it, right? To what people are thinking. So get started. It's fucking May, man. It's May. It's time to get your dick wet. I need an army. More late testimonials, more good students are not writing equals more late testimonials for me, right? 20 lays, 100 lays, my other students, married, right? 15 lays, 5 models, 5 white girls, 2 actresses. You saw the other guy, 10 fuck buddies, a London guy, 5 some, 2 models, 1 model girlfriend. Anyways, see you till next time. Ciao.